numbers in place. First call. Girls 800-meter runners. First call. Girls 800-meter runners. Please report for your hip numbers to the tent on the south side of the field. Will the top three finishers in the girls and boys 4 by 800-meter relay runners please report to the middle of the field for your awards? Boys and girls 4 by 800-meter relay, please report to the middle of the field for your awards. Coach Almaguer. At this time, we're going to pause the awards to officially start with our national anthem. At this time, will everybody please rise and remove your headgear and face the flag on the south side of the stadium by the big scoreboard. At this time, I would like to introduce Miss Angie Jackson, Assistant Principal at Wesco High School, who will be singing the national anthem for us.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air,
to cover. Very competitive, and a lot of great athletes from a lot of the Mid-Valley area. Harlingen South is here as well, and it should be fun. This is what one of the last meets before district begins.
Right, yeah, this is a real good warm-up meet. They get to meet challenges and competition from the Mid-Valley area, and of course, we know that the Mid-Valley area has a lot of your top-notch athletes, so it really, as you mentioned, gets them in check to see where they stand coming and leading up into district.
Yeah, and talking to the coaches, the 4 coaches here in Weslaco, and they all agree that, yeah, they just kind of the last-minute tweaks. Some of them are doing different changes to, if you want to call it the lineup, or, you know, some of the relays are just kind of inserting in new runners. They just kind of want to see where they're at. But more importantly, like Coach Gus Cabrera told me earlier, we just want to come out of this healthy.
Hey, that's right. Well, you talked about relays, Mike, and we'll get started here. It's a girls 4x100-meter relay. Don North is in lane 1. Wesco East is in lane 2. Weslaco is in lane 3. Edcount Chelsea is in lane 4. Harlingen lane 5. Harlingen South lane 6. Donna lane 7. And in lane 8, it is Progreso. Edcount coming in with the best qualifying time at 49.87. The record, Weslaco High School holds that one at 49.89. Donna North, Cynthia Maldonado, Besley Gonzalez, Stephanie Aguilar, and Valerie Estrada. Weslaco East is Angel Juane, Mariah Gonzalez, Emily Balderas, and Saraí Gonzalez. Weslaco High, Jasmine Palomares, Yasnezi Araju, Andrea Arredondo, and Leah Romero. They've been called to the blocks. And the gun is up. No, the gun is not up.
Well, I was going to say, so we think.
Yeah,
We're still waiting.
I saw the arm up, but it was the microphone that he was holding up, and now he brought it to his mouth. And they're off. Again, this is the first event of the night. It's the girls 4x100-meter relay. Couch Chelsea, as I mentioned, with the best qualifying time. They are in the middle of the track, and they are one of the first to get the exchange. They are in gold, and they are already beginning to make up the stagger on the team on the outside, which is Harlingen. So they're going to give it to the third leg. That is going to be Jocelyn Cortez. And for Harlingen, it is going to be Kalishta Owens-Bell. Weslaco High seems to be in the third place. That third leg for Weslaco High is Andrea Arredondo. And here comes the anchor. Edcount Chelsea first, Harlingen second. Edcount Chelsea first, Harlingen second. Edcount Chelsea finishing off with Fabiola Hernandez and this Anissa Joseph. And Anissa Joseph seems to have taken over, and it's going to be Harlingen in first place. What a good run by Anissa Joseph with that anchor leg.
Well, yeah, if you noticed, Joe, after the last handoff there, Anissa Joseph had to kind of make up a little bit of room, but she pretty much took over around the last 50 meters of the race or so. And Harlingen kind of got off to a good start, but then Edcount Chelsea kind of, took the lead momentarily, the last 200 meters or so, or maybe the 200-meter mark as they were making the last turn there. And then as the last handoff, as both exchange, Edcount Chelsea still had the edge. But, yeah, give credit to Joseph, just kind of making that up and then taking the lead and finish strong.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be Harlingen, Edcount Chelsea, followed by Weslaco. So we'll get the official finishes in just a bit. We now head over to the boys division. 4x100-meter relay in lane 1. It'll be Donna, lane 2, Mercedes, lane 3, Weslaco, lane 4, Harlingen, lane 5, Harlingen South, lane 6, Weslaco East, lane 7, Donna North. Donna will start off with Joel Duran, Mario Medrano, Ernesto Luga, Victor Perez. Mercedes is going to be Diego Bravo, Robert Sanchez, David De La Fuente, and Robbie Sanchez. Weslaco will begin with Davian Musgrave, Anthony Martinez, Ricardo Duran, and Hunter McCandless. Harlingen has Ty Palmer, Davian Renteria, Noah Gutierrez, Zayden Garza. Harlingen South, Ariel Cabrera, Darian Gonzalez, Izzy Cortez, and Jonathan Wendorf. Weslaco East, Gavin Melendez, Nathaniel J. Herrera, Jotham Pineda, and Daniel Padilla. Donna North will have Prince Johnson, Angel Martinez, Francisco Olvera, and Damian Rios. We mentioned those names, and a lot of those names are repeat names from previous sports. Like Robert Sanchez is the one of the top running backs in the valley out of Mercedes. He's been one of the top running backs for many, many years. You think of Hunter McCandless, the
Receiver.
receiver
Yeah.
for Westlaco High.
Had a great year.
He had an excellent year. Ty Palmer, as I mentioned, was just playing baseball on Monday night against Westlaco here in Westlaco. And then you've got names like Gavin Melendez.
Noah Gutierrez,
Noah
I think is another
Gutierrez.
from Harlingen.
Right.
Yeah, I remember him.
And then, of course, Donna North's Prince Johnson.
Prince Johnson, gosh, the last 3 or 4 years doing very well for Donna North in the football team. I believe he played basketball
as
too.
well,
I mean,
yeah.
just an all-around great athlete. And yeah, Gavin Melendez from Westlaco East. We know Jay Herrera, obviously.
Jay Herrera as well.
Daniel Padilla. And so just these are multi-talented sport athletes that just, yeah, they really excel. And for some of them, this is their senior year. So they're kind of wrapping up their high school career and then moving on to college.
Absolutely. So those are the participants in the boys 4x100 meter relay. Coming in with the best qualifying time is Harlingen, 42.61. And the record for the 4x100 is held by Harlingen South, 42.81. Back in 1996, Mike.
Yeah, that was 30 years ago.
That was 30 years ago, exactly.
I joke with some of the elementary students sometimes, you know, because right now, if say you're in elementary school, you were probably born around 2012, 2013. So when they hear something like 1995, 1996, I joke with them that they probably think it's the Civil War or something like for us when we were growing up, you know, hearing about the 1800s, last century.
Here we go. They've been called to their blocks. Yeah, you know, my granddaughters were born in 2020, and so, yeah. So what was it like in 2001?
Oh, gosh.
So here we go. They are called to their blocks. Donna lane 1, Mercedes lane 2, Westco lane 3, Harlingen lane 4, Harlingen South lane 5, Westco East lane 6, and in lane 7, Donna North.
And I think we have like a little timeout. I saw one of the officials down there kind of raise his arms up, like I don't know if he saw something or it looks like they're going to what, lane number six,
yeah,
to Westlaco East, and I guess they're asking him to do something.
Yeah, his blocks may have moved when he got in there.
So they're asking him to I guess put it at a certain position, right?
Well, maybe they moved, and so he said, "Hey, time out! I need to reset them."
Okay.
Yeah. So because if you're on the first leg, you want to be hugging the curb, so you're gonna be running on the inside part of the track.
And I know they have those lines out there for them to put it in, right? There's like a yellow line. I see some of them are yellow. I think some of them are blue.
Yeah, depending on the staggers, and that's what all those lines are at for the different events. So once again, they go back to their blocks, and they have really small spikes in there. So if they don't set, they will move. Like when you go and apply some pressure, set, and they're off. And that is a good, clean start. And we are away in the boys 4x100 meter relay. Harlingen South really making a move, as is Harlingen. So Harlingen South and Harlingen out in first and second, and it's Harlingen's second man making quite some noise there, Davian Renteria. And he's going to hand the baton off to Noah Gutierrez, a gentleman that you just called out his name, and Harlingen is out in front. Exactly. You called it, Mike. So Harlingen and Westlaco looks to be in second place. They get it in third. Harlingen South got the baton second. So the anchor for Harlingen is going to be Zayden Garza.
Here comes
Harlingen South is going to be Jonathan Wendorf. And, of course, Westlaco is bringing Hunter McCandless. So he finished strong. But Westlaco East made some noise as well. And I don't know where they finished, but Daniel Padilla finished really strong there.
Yeah, just good all-around race. You see both Harlingen and Harlingen South shaking hands and congratulating each other. Harlingen South gave it a good run at the very, very end. Let's give credit to them as well. They made it very, very interesting. That's Jonathan Wendorf that was catching up to Zayden Garza there. But Zayden Garza finished the race, and Harlingen will win first place. But, yeah, South made it very interesting. You mentioned Hunter McCandless. He was right behind him as well. But, yeah, I'm anxious to see where Westlaco East finished because, as you mentioned, they came on strong as well.
They did. They made a good chase there. And, again, we're not at a good angle on the finish line, but we'll see what the results are as soon as they turn them over to us. Now we head over to the girls' 800-meter run. It'll be Sofia Galan out of Harlingen South, Destiny Duran out of Harlingen, Grayson Ruiz out of Harlingen South, Genesis Aguilar out of Harlingen, Jenna Peña from Westlaco, Emily Ortiz, Donna North, Jillian Peña, Ed Couch Elsa, Gloria Gonzalez, Westlaco East, Caitlin Tratham Ed Couch Elsa, Julicia Garcia, Harlingen, Giselle Ramirez, Progreso, Mila Perez, Ed Couch Elsa, Jessica Medellin, Donna, Gabriela Ramirez, Progreso, Sharon Antonio, Donna North, Cry Crow, Westico East, Camille Perez out of Westico, Andrea Quintero, Westico East, and Dana Rodriguez out of Donna North. Sofia Galan running 2:19 as the best qualifying time coming into today's event.
Crya Crow was a member of that cross-country team at Westico East that won district,
Right.
and I believe they won regionals as well, or they did very well at regionals. And one of the names that Coach Josh Davis also gave me was Andrea Quintero, to keep an eye on her. And
Well, she comes in with no time, and we've said this over the past years. Those are people coming in from different sports, and they're coming out here, and they are coming out here to represent. The record is by a very familiar person, Amity Ebarb, set back in 2019, 2:14.
it seems like yesterday, but it's what, 7 years ago? But
She's
my
already
goodness.
graduated from UT Austin, finished her collegiate career up there.
Yeah, we had so many wonderful memories with her, both in cross country and in track. It was just amazing to watch her all those years just run, like just when she would run and the kind of gaps she would leave with the other runners. I mean, it was just very impressive.
Yeah, that's why she's a D1 athlete.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, going back to Coach Josh Davis, I'll ask the coaches, like, what races do we keep an eye on and why? And so, yeah, he told me 1600 meter, Quintero. So I was just like, okay. So I'm anxious to see how that turns out. As you mentioned, she comes in with a no time, so that can be a little dangerous for the oppositions.
Right. And the girls have been led out onto the track, so we're just moments away from getting the 800 started. We talked about Amity Ebarb and then her little sister right after that.
Yeah, she just graduated.
Right,
last year, I think.
yeah.
She had herself a pretty good career as well.
And there goes the gun, and the runners are off in the girls' 800-meter relay, but we have a false start, so they're calling them back. So we'll see what happened here.
I think we have a runner that fell down, and so they're going to check on her to make sure that she's okay.
If you could work your way to the 50-yard line, please.
Yeah, in these bunch starts, okay, I see it now, yeah. In these bunch starts, it's really easy to get caught up. It's really easy to get caught up and hung up and maybe even clipped. And then you got spikes.
Yes, I was just about to say they have spikes underneath the shoes, so if you trip over somebody, it hurts.
Yeah, or if you fall in front of somebody, they step on you.
They step on you, yeah.
And of course, it's not all intentional.
Right. It's good to see her get up.
Yeah.
She just needs to walk it off.
Your winner, jump up 34 feet, 4.5 inches from Harlingen.
But yeah, 1600. No, it's 800 meters.
800,
it's two laps.
2 laps around. 2 laps around the track.
And this morning it was nice and cool. It was beautiful, actually. It was what, 50 degrees or so.
It was in the 50s. I want to say it was 45, like at 6 a.m.
Wow! And now look at that, 80 degrees.
Yep.
Clear skies.
And no wind.
Not much wind, I noticed. No.
Yeah. Not as it's been over the last several days. So here we go, back to the 800-meter run, and this time looks like a good clean start. And the girls will begin, and the girls are starting on the outside lane. As soon as they get to the cones after the turn, they can begin to make their way into the first lane. So you'll see some of those girls beginning to dodge out into the front, and we'll begin to see our young ladies beginning to find themselves in position. Looks like Jillian Peña of Edcal Chelsea wants to set the tempo. She is out in front. Sofia Galan of Harlingen South is right behind her.
And notice the kind of start they had, nice and steady, just kind of getting into a certain rhythm.
Yeah, and the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to fall too far behind, or you don't want to burn all your matches. Like start off so fast that you have nothing left in the tank.
Yeah, because I mentioned 2 laps.
Here comes Galan really fast. There was about a 15-meter gap, and Galan has already closed that up. So
it's kind of one of those things that once you get to a certain spot, you kind of elevate your progress a little bit, correct?
Yeah. You set the pace, and some of them will try to do incremental pace where they begin to speed it up later on. And so Galan, from Harlingen South is already out in front. She is followed by Jillian Peña, and right behind her is Destiny Duran out of Harlingen. That's 1, 2, and 3.
And she just made a move past Ed Cauchosa. And I kind of saw it coming, Joe, as they were nearing the, what's going to be the finish line.
Yeah, and Galan is beginning to make her move and beginning to separate herself from the rest of the pack. She has already got a good 10 to 15 meter lead on the second place runner, which is Destiny Dudana out of Harlingen. So Galan making the turn, 200 meters to go. She is out in front. And nobody going to catch her anymore. She's already begun to pick up the pace. You can see her looking over at the finish line already, trying to maybe peek over her shoulder, see if there's anybody behind her as well, or maybe even looking up at the Jumbotron.
Right, but making a move, I'm watching third place right now and trying to see who that runner is. It might be from Westlaco East.
Overtaking the young lady from Ed Cauchosa.
Yeah, there she comes.
And that is going to be Sharon Antonio from Donna North.
Okay. Thought it was Westlaco East. I saw white and looked like black leather.
Galan first, Duran second, and this is going to be, yes, Mike, you are correct. It's Andrea Quintero.
There you go.
Who you were talking about. I was trying to pick up the badge number, but I saw 15, but it's 18.
It can get a little tricky depending on where the letters are. Everybody's kind of, some of them wearing logos, some of them are wearing letters, but great job. Great finish by Quintero.
You were talking about her, Mike, and Coach had said that's somebody to look out for.
It was actually Coach Davis that told me keep an eye on her. I was like, okay.
And sure enough, and that is somebody that came in, and we talked about this, and we've said this throughout the years. The people coming in with no time are people to watch out for because they are getting ready. And you just never know where they're going to be.
Sometimes it's the reason why they don't have a no time is because it's their first time competing, correct?
Right.
So chances are this might have been her first race of the year.
I was talking to Coach Cromer before the track meet, and we were talking to coaches and getting ready. He was telling me that his high jumpers all have jumped 5'10" in previous years, but today couldn't surpass 5'6", but he says a lot of that's attributed to them just getting off the basketball court.
Oh, good point. Very good point. Yeah.
So yeah.
And it takes time.
Other sports. So we're now going on to the boys' 800-meter run. It's going to be Raynon Flores from Harlingen, Dante Orduño of Dana, Joseph Anguinaga of Ed Cauchosa, Alexander Nava of Westlaco East, Jose Leobardo Carrizales of Westlaco East, Aaron Martinez out of Westlaco East, Jorge Rangel from Westlaco, Ramiro Lozoya of Mercedes, Mason Somoza from Harlingen South, Noah Perez of Westlaco, Desmond Amaya, Harlingen South, Johnny Bravo, Dana North, Jose Santiago, Dana North, Victor Cruz, Progreso, Eduardo Guarnero from Progreso, Alex Aguilar of Harlingen, Devin Carrion of Westlaco, Christian Cantu of Mercedes, Kai Sepulveda, Harlingen South, Ruben Vasquez, Harlingen, and Oscar Bravo from Dana North. Raynon Flores of Harlingen, 2 minutes flat, .11. The 800-meter record is Beto Alvarado, Westlaco High, 156.52, just a few years ago, 2002. We were talking about the difference. That's almost 24 years ago.
Gosh, 24 years ago. I do remember that name, though.
Yes.
A well-rounded athlete as well.
Yep.
Yeah, very fast runner. He was long-distance runner.
So the 800-meter boys event is next. They've got them set up already on the track, ready to go. And it's quite a group, 21 participants in this one.
A little crowded.
Yeah, they've got a good first segment and a few on the second segment.
What would be the maximum that can participate? Would you know?
I don't know. In these long distance events, they stack them up as much as possible because you can only do it once.
Right.
It's not like going out and running 100 meters.
Correct.
Because you
It's
can run
only 8.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, you can run 100 meters maybe 3 times a day, 4 times a day, and be okay. But I don't think you can run 800 meters 3 times a day. And trying to finish in your best spot.
Right.
So and then the thing is, like, a lot of these runners are already running other long distance events like the 2 mile and
Correct.
the 1 mile.
Correct.
So
the 3,200 and the 1,600.
Right, exactly. And so, they're running in excess of 3 miles in one day.
Just in a race. That doesn't count warming up.
Right, exactly. So they're called to their stations. Gun is up, and they are off. That looks like a good, clean start. And the 800-meter boys race is underway.
Good start.
We had a gentleman out there lose his footing, but he seems to be okay. The gentleman from Edcouch Jelsa. But nothing doing. He's up there doing well. That was Joseph Anguinaga. But he seems to be okay. So out in front is going to be Dante Orduño of Donna setting the pace. And speaking of Anguinaga, he's making his way up to the front as well. Right there in the mix is Raynon Flores, who comes in with the best qualifying time at 2 minutes. Orduño just 1 second off the pace, as well as Anguinaga. Those guys come in with times of 2:01. So pretty competitive race here, Mike.
Well, yeah, everybody's pretty close to each other here in this first lap. I mean, it's wide open. I mean,
well, the first 6 runners are all within 2 seconds of each other.
Look at that. Here comes Alexander Nava now.
Yeah,
taking the lead.
And that's a name that we've talked about over the years.
Yep.
And right behind him is another one of his teammates, Carrizales. And Westco East, has for at least the last 4 or 5 years produced some really good distance runners.
And that carries into cross country, where they've won district and also won the regional championship.
And yeah, I was going to say qualifying for state. A lot of these guys.
Yep, absolutely. They had an outstanding year, and yeah, you see it here in the long distance run. And Coach Owens felt like these were the events that they needed to do well in, and yeah, you see Nava there.
Yeah, he's out in front, and Orduño looking to try to make a move, as is Flores. So second and third is Orduño from Donna and Flores from Harlingen. And Nava still in front, but look at Flores trying to put a kick on. He is putting it in 6th gear. Nava is in trouble, and Flores is going to overtake Nava. Nava trying to pick up the pace, but no, it looked like Flores got him at the end.
Wow, what an outstanding finish. And yeah, let's see how the results come in. But wow, that came down to the wire.
That was Flores, Nava, and Orduño, yeah. Flores knew when to kick, and he had that left in the tank.
And you kind of saw it coming in the last 100 meters. Nava had that lead, and it just kind of, the gap got closer and closer and closer. And yeah, I mean,
well, he stuck up that finger, so I think he did overtake him.
That's third and final call for 100 meter.
So good job there by Flores. We are going to go to the girls 100-meter hurdle. We got 2 heats in that one. Heat 1 is Adriana Ramirez, Addison Gonzalez, Julian Castillo, Zoe Esquivel, and Giselle Cavazos. Heat 2 will be comprised of Catarina Cepeda, Anissa Joseph, Isabella Parker, Kennedy Reniger, Mia Moreno, and Jaylene Garcia. So they're putting the hurdles out on the track. It'll take them a few minutes to do that. But, Mike, that 800-meter boys run was really, really close.
Yeah, again, you got to give credit to Flores there. And again, that first lap, everybody was kind of close to each other. And then after they ran that first lap, you kind of saw them separate a little bit. And that's when they kind of took it to another gear. And, yeah, very competitive. The thing about this, Joe, is these races are going to set you up, or they're going to prepare you for district. And that's what all coaches, they will all agree, and they will all tell you that this is kind of a very good measuring stick. It's a very good measuring stick of where they're at, where they're going to be. And in Weslaco East case, they're going to see
Anguinaga from Edcouch Jelsa.
Correct. They're going to see Edcouch Jelsa. They're going to see Mercedes. They're going to see Harlingen South. They're going to see Donna and Donna North in district. So this is a very good measuring stick. And being that we're kind of toward the end of the year, all the coaches expect to see the opposition-wise. They're going to see what they're going to showcase in district and in area and so forth. For Weslaco, nobody that's here they're going to see in district, but they may see Harlingen in the area. Correct. So that'll be their little measuring stick there.
Yeah. The Weslaco will see, like you mentioned, Mike, the likes of the Harlingens. And Harlingen has done really well at the Jimmy Platt track meet over the last few years. We've seen people such as, her name escapes me, the sprinter, the 400-meter girl from Harlingen, Faith Franklin, and of course a guy by the name of Jose Garcia. So, you know, Harlingen has produced some pretty good athletes that we've had a chance to see here over the years. If I'm not mistaken, Faith Franklin went on to run for Purdue, and that's where she's at. And Jose Garcia, if not, has graduated already, but he went on to win state and ran for UTSA.
Is he the young man that set that record
Yes.
at the state meet, right, a couple of years ago?
I don't believe it was at the state meet, but he did win state. He set a few records here, and but I don't believe he set the record at state.
I mean, boy, he was lightning fast. I mean, remember Alex Trevino from Mercedes some years ago? It kind of reminded me around that time when Alex was running when he was in high school in Mercedes.
Alex was I think 2010.
Give or take. It was around that time.
Yeah, because he's a year older than my son.
Okay.
Yeah.
09, 20, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I mean, remember, he started running since his freshman year, so
correct.
probably around 2008, 9, and 10, around that time.
Yeah, that's when he dominated. Exactly.
That's when he dominated. Yeah.
But he had the Valley record in the 100 for many, many years, which he had broken, I think, a 30-year record that belonged to Ray Ramirez from Rio Grande City.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't he in the Rio Grande Valley Sports Hall of Fame?
He is. He
Okay.
went on to run for UT Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then you mentioned Faith Franklin.
Right, exactly.
She put on a show here at the Jimmy Platt for
several
those years, and then competing in district as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so hopefully she's doing well.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, we've gotten to see some pretty good athletes coming out of this valley, but here at the Jimmy Platt. So the hurdles are on the track, and we're getting ready to get the first of two heats underway. So let's go ahead and give you that rundown once again. In the first heat, it'll be Adriana Ramirez of Donna North in lane 2. In lane 3, Addison Gonzalez of Ed Couch Elsa. In lane 4, Julianne Castillo of Harlingen South. Zoe Esquivel from Ed Couch Elsa will be in lane 5. And Giselle Cavazos, Donna North, will be in lane 6. This is the first of two heats of the girls' 100-meter relays.
Yeah, the hurdles are always fun to watch. You know, there's a little more skill involved. It's more than running, right? There's timing and there's jumping. So, yeah, this will be fun.
Doesn't look like everybody made it out. A couple of girls missing. So it looks like it's going to be lanes 4, 5, and 6 from what I can see from up here. Harlingen South, Ed Couch Elsa, Donna North, because nobody else is on the inside. So Castillo, Esquivel, and Cavazos. And they are off. Good, clean start. And it looks like it's Julianne Castillo of Harlingen South up in front, getting those steps in 1, 2, 3, and she missed it right there. But again, this is a sport of timing. And, you know, once again, sometimes you go alternate leg, sometimes you go one leg. And, you know, Mike, you harped on this. You talked about this really well, about getting yourself prepared, and that's exactly what we saw in Castillo right now. She was trying to do the 3-step before the jump, but then couldn't keep it down, and then realized that she needs to do 4 steps.
And you know what I like, Joe? I like the fact that she's being a really good sport about it. Like, even though she had that little miscue there, it didn't let it get to her. She still went through the race. She ran through the hurdle. She did what the coaches taught her to do. Finished strong. Finished, in first place in this heat. And then smiles at the camera. That's what it's all about.
Here is the second of two heats. Catarina Cepeda of Westlaco, Anissa Joseph of Harlingen, Isabella Parker of Mercedes, Kennedy Reniger of Harlingen South, Mia Moreno of Westlaco East, and Jaylyn Garcia of Westlaco. Best qualifying time is held by Isabella Parker of Mercedes at 15:38. Isabella Parker, one of those multi-sport athletes that we've had the chance to see over the years. Basketball, volleyball as well, and track. And she's going on to play volleyball, I believe, in college. I'll have to double check on that. But the 100-meter hurdle record is held by Cassandra Larios of Harlingen South, 14:4.
Yeah, Coach Am, I guess, spoke very highly of Parker. But keep an eye in the 300 meters later on, Joe. She's going to go up against a freshman from Westlaco. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. But those are your top 2 runners in the Rio Grande Valley in the 300-meter run. But here, right now, Parker's going to compete in the 100-meter hurdles. And as you mentioned, she comes in with the best time. Gosh, Joe, like by over a second, right?
Yeah, second and a half. Yeah.
So very impressive. Yeah, she's a phenomenal athlete.
Well, Anissa Joseph ran a really good anchor of the girls' 100, 4x100 in just a little while ago for Harlingen, and she's right there on her left, on her inside. So we'll see how, how she does in the hurdles. Not the same event, because as you mentioned, there are some jumping to do in between. Set and a good start, and it's Parker over the hurdle first. On her outside is the young lady from Harlingen South, Kennedy Reniger, but Parker all alone in front and just running right through these hurdles literally, and she's going to finish in first, followed by Harlingen South's Kennedy Reniger.
One of the things I've heard you talk about, Joe, over the years in covering track together is just the way they move their arms. Nice, beautiful rhythm, and then those legs just jumping over the hurdles. I mean, just perfect timing, has it down. It's kind of a mind game a little bit, right? You kind of 1, 2, 3 jump, 1, 2, 3 jump, and, and Parker kind of has it down. But I love the point you make in using your arms, because that's so important, isn't it?
It's very important because that keeps you balanced. You know, try doing this at the gym, doing jump ups, single leg jump ups.
Yeah.
And if your arms are not in sync with your legs, you're going to struggle. And you'll notice that you'll have to stop and rethink that and just kind of focus on right leg, right arm, left leg, right arm, just kind of.
And sometimes they jump with the right? Like sometimes it's with the right and sometimes it's with the left. Like it depends on the rhythm.
Yeah, it depends on the rhythm. And that's what we saw with Julianne Castillo of Harlingen South right now. She was trying to do 3 steps and jump, keeping it just with her left. But then when she came with that miscue after that, if you notice, then she went to 4 steps, going alternate.
Great job by Parker in the well-deserved the first place.
So now we move to the boys' 110-meter hurdle. So not only do they have to add a stack of hurdles, but they have to lift them as well, raise them. And we have 2 heats as well here. William Sander, Marcos Garcia, Justin Espinosa, Marco Hernandez, Sean Estrada, and Taylor Jimenez will be in the first set, the first heat. Second heat will be Julian Peña, Ethan Pedraza, Yariel Cabrera, Noah Huerta, Austin Schroyer, Andres Gomez, and Jaden Allen. You know, we talk about multi-sport athletes. You know, Taylor Jimenez, if I'm not mistaken, just a sophomore, really active on the basketball team for Wesco East.
Yeah, they were young this past year. Well, actually, not that they were young, but it was full of seniors, but they had some youth.
Right.
But Jimenez was one of them,
One of the
he'll be
young
back next year. But the Wildcats making the playoffs again.
Right.
And so, yeah, they had a good year. I mean, I know they lost a lot from last year, but, yeah, they were still able to build a team, got off to a slow start, but made a good run in district, and were able to make the playoffs. So we're looking forward to seeing Jimenez back on the basketball court, but for now, you know, we want to see him excel here on the track. But you bring up the point about the hurdles, rising them up a little bit. They're also starting a little further back.
Right. It's not 100 meters. It's 110.
110.
Yeah. And the record holder is a state qualifier, a guy by the name of Vince Castillo, right out of Donna. Remember watching him for many years.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That record was set here at Jimmy Platt in 2014, 1469.
And I believe he went on to Mississippi State.
Right. He ran out of state. I remember he ran out of state. I just don't remember where.
And I want to say he's now a Border Patrol.
He's a DPS officer.
DPS. Okay. Pretty close.
yeah. Law enforcement. Yeah.
Law enforcement. Yeah.
And they are off. Young man from Weslaco in lane 6. Looking really good, and that is Marco Hernandez. Marco Hernandez out in front. Marco Hernandez is going to win this one, followed by the young man from Edcal Chelsea, Justin Espinosa. So good job there by Marco Hernandez of Weslaco High.
Yeah, Espinosa looked like he was going to, you know, in the middle of the race, it looks like he was going to make a move, but yeah, the young man from Weslaco was able to, you know, finish strong and finish first in this heat.
Yeah, William Sander had something go on in one of the hurdles and just lost track of what he was doing. Didn't finish too strong, but nonetheless finished well. And we now head out to the second of 2 heats. And in this one, it'll be in lane 1, Julian Peña of Harlingen, Ethan Pedraza of Harlingen South, Yariel Cabrera of Harlingen South, Noah Huerta of Harlingen, Austin Schroyer of Harlingen South, Andres Gomez of Donna North, and Jaden Allen of Westlaco. We talk about multi-sport athletes. Schroyer was the quarterback for Harlingen South.
Yeah, for the past couple of years.
Right.
Yeah, quick and fast, very shifty. Obviously, he's very, good to also bring here at track and use his athleticism. And Huerta, I want to say, rushed over 1,000 yards this past season for the Cardinals.
For the Cardinals, yeah.
And I want to say he had an older brother that also had a great career for the Cardinals a little before that. I don't remember, but I could be wrong. But yeah, this race is dominated by Harlingen athletes. You just have one Donna North runner and one Westlaco runner. Everybody else is either Harlingen or Harlingen South.
And the fastest time coming into this afternoon's event is Noah Huerta of Harlingen, 15:54. Just goes to show how important that record is. 14:69, a full second better.
And who has that record? It was Vince Castillo. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's watching. We'll give a shout out to him. Hopefully he's doing well. Athletes that, they're still fans. In the end, they're still fans. I mean, even though they don't run anymore, I'm sure they still like to tune in and watch what's out there, see how the Valley athletes are doing.
Probably sitting there with one of his children saying, I used to do that. And my name.
And I was the best.
And my name still comes across the screen as holding the record.
It's kind of like, remember the 72 Dolphins in football where they
undefeated.
Always, they wait and see till everybody loses. They'll come and check. Do I still have the record?
And they have been called to their blocks. Set. Good clean start in the boys' 110-meter hurdles. In lane 3, Ariel of Harlingen South out in front. He came out like a rocket, and he is out in front by maybe half a step over Andres of Harlingen Harlingen South's Austin Schroyer. So that was a good finish right there by the 2 young men from Harlingen South, Yariel Cabrera and Austin Schroyer.
Yeah, Andres Gomez kind of gave it a last, tried to finish strong there. But yeah, you mentioned Cabrera just came out. The timing was perfect. As soon as the gun sounded, he took off, as you mentioned, like a rocket. And I think that's what helped him because he never trailed in this race. He basically took over right from the get-go and just was able to, clean the hurdles, jump all of them. And but yeah, I was keeping an eye on Andres Gomez in lane 6, and he gave it a good ride as well.
Yeah, so that is going to do it for the hurdles, and now we move over to the speed events. The girls' 100-meter dash, and we've got 4 qualifying heats in this one. In Heat 1, Emily Valderas, Maya Flores, Leslie Gaona, Sarah Sanusi, Maria Blanco, Leila Yanez, and Leslie Sustaita. Heat 2, Aleida Martinez, Stephanie Aguilar, Isabella Garcia, Chloe Martinez, Alondra Martinez Gaona, Nevada Layton. In Heat 3, Alicia Perez, Madeline Cuellar, Mia Molano, Allison Alanis, Lauren Gonzalez, and Fatima Ramirez. And in the 4th heat, it's going to be Callista Owens-Bell, Leah Romero, Andrea Arredondo, Fabiola Hernandez, Amanda Mares, and Estrella Morales. So 4 heats in the 100-meter girls, and the record in the girls' 100-meter dash is none other than Faith Franklin, 12:09 back in 2022.
I have a feeling that one's not going to be broken for a
while.
For a good while, yeah. Kind of like the Amity Ibar, the Vince Castillos. I have a feeling we'll be saying Faith Franklin for a pretty long time.
Yeah, what was the other one? The 300-meter hurdles? No, that one got broken in 2001, but there was one from the 70s. that was on here for a while, but I think that one already got broken. But the one that still stands, of course, is the one from 1998, Louis Ontiveros, the 400-meter dash, 48.78.
Wow. Yeah, that is impressive. And that's what's that, 30, well, not 30 years, 28 years, give or take?
Yeah, because we got two from 96.
Mm-hmm.
You are to report to the clerk
And then Cindy Moreno was the other one I was thinking about. She set records in the shot put and discus back in 96 and 97, and those still stand here as well.
So by the looks of it, Joe, in this first heat, we're only going to have 2 runners.
Progreso and Harlingen. So it'll be Sarah Sanusi and Maria Blanco in the 100-meter dash. And we've seen in the past where they have combined some of these heats. You know,
Because they pull out, and
right.
so they'll just kind of turn it into one race.
Well, yeah, or turn
Or
3
turn it
races into 2,
There you go.
4 into 3, something
Right.
like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I meant to say. Yeah. You
Well,
said it
there's-
better.
Yeah, there's a third one from Ed Cauchelsa just came onto the
Okay.
Maya Flores. She's in lane 2. Looks like they're going to remove her. They may put her in the next race. And again, that's when it gets tricky because then we don't know who's out there.
We could only go by that sticker or that
Right.
number they have in their their waistband.
Right. So here we go, the first of 4 heats in the girls' 100-meter dash. Sarah Sanusi of Harlingen and Maria Blanco of Progreso. Neither one of them come in with a time yet. And they're off. Sanusi with a good start. And she is out in front. And she has got a commanding lead, and she's going to finish with no problem. 13-second 100-meter dash for her, and that was non-contested.
Well, you know what? If you're Blanco, you're kind of saying to yourself, you know what? I went up against an athlete from Harlingen. You know what? 3A school can say that, like not many.
Right.
And so this was a good measuring stick for her, just for her to kind of say to herself, like, hey, I went up against a very good athlete, and it was a 6A school.
Right. Now we go to heat number 2. It'll be Aleida Martinez of Donna North in lane 2. Stephanie Aguilar of Donna North in lane 3. Isabella Garcia of Progreso in lane 4. Chloe Martinez of Westlaco East in lane 5. Alondra Gaona Martinez from Westlaco East in lane 6. And Nevada Layton of Ed Cauchelsa in lane 7. And it looks like this one is also going to be a very scarce race as well, as there's several athletes that have not made it to the floor yet. I see 2 out there right now, Ed Cauchelsa and Westlaco East, Alondra Martinez Gaona and Nevada Layton.
And I'm willing to bet the young lady from Ed Cauchelsa, there's some connection or a relation to Benny Layton, the great Benny Layton. Remember
Yes.
the famous announcer, right? That's what he was, a PA announcer.
If I want to say he was also some kind of musician.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a Layton family that pretty famous in the music world, and they're from Ed Cauchelsa. And if you remember, Ed Couch has always had good mariachi groups.
Yes.
Historically.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. And as a matter of fact, Joe, there's now the mariachi director at Westlaco East came from Ed Cauchelsa.
Right. Yes.
And they, oh my gosh, they were a powerhouse at Ed Cauchelsa.
Yeah.
I mean, not only this, but just in the past years before he came to Westlaco East, they did some great things at Ed Cauchelsa. Michael, I hope I say his last name right, Stitch. And now he's at Westlaco East, and mariachi at Westlaco East got a Division 1.
Right. And this is a good close race between Martinez Gaona and Layton. Layton maybe with a half-step lead. And it'll be Layton followed by Martinez Gaona.
So I have a question for you, Joe. I noticed the young lady from Westlaco East had about a foot or 2 in the other lane. Is that legal? No, it's illegal. Okay.
Yeah, and in races like this where there's really nobody around you, 1 or 2 steps, they're not going to
No big
call
deal.
it. Yeah, they're not going to call it.
But if it was 8 runners,
Yeah, if
it might have been different.
Yeah, if it were
Okay.
8 runners and the finals, they would definitely say something.
Okay. Well, good lesson for the viewers out there that are maybe youngsters and that are going to participate in track and field. in middle school and high school, stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane. Literally.
Literally.
Yeah, a lot of people use that as a figure of speech now when they're trying to set up boundaries. Stay in your lane. So here we go to heat number 3. Alicia Perez of Progreso will be in lane 2. Madeline Cuellar of Westlaco in lane 3. Mia Molano of Harlingen South in lane 4. Allison Alanis of Harlingen South in lane 5. Lauren Gonzalez of Harlingen South in lane 6. Fatima Ramirez of Dana in lane 7. Madeline Cuellar of Westlaco will be in lane 3. She also plays basketball.
Yeah, and they had an outstanding year. They were this close, and if the camera was on me, I'll kind of show them, but they were that close from going to the Elite 8. But they were able to get back to the Sweet 16. One district once again. Congratulations to Coach Fino, her staff, and all the players. And, the Lady Panthers brought a few more trophies. I wonder what that trophy case looks like. It's probably in a closet now. It's full of so many championships.
They may have to build another building or bring in a portable and make it a museum.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll be the tour guide. Heat number 3, ladies have been called to their blocks. They are set and a good, clean start. Cuellar out in front, but Harlingen South in lane 4 making a move, and that is Mia Molano. Molano and Cuellar along with Gonzalez.
Oh.
It was a close one. Molano, Cuellar, and Gonzalez making that one interesting.
Did you see Cuellar stick her hand out like that? That's what they go by. That's pretty smart.
She was there. That's why it was close. Good run there.
Sometimes they tell you to put your head down or something. But, yeah, she stuck her hand out. I think it's the first time I've ever seen something like that. But I'll tell you what, she did give it a good ride toward the end. She hung in there and, it was a good race.
It was a very good race. Final heat in this 100-meter girls division. Callista Owens-Bell of Harlingen in lane 2. Leah Romero of Westlaco in lane 3. Andrea Arredondo in lane 4. She is of Westlaco. Fabiola Hernandez of Edcauchosa in lane 5. Amanda Mares of Harlingen in lane 6. Estrella Morales of Mercedes in lane 7. We were talking about multi-sport athletes. Andrea Arredondo has been a 4-year starter for that Westlaco High basketball team, and she was the MVP this year.
I was just about to say, I believe she won MVP
in 6A.
In 6A, yeah. And I believe it was second year in a row.
Right, second year in a row.
Yes. Yeah, very, very impressive. She's going to be missed, with the Lady Panthers playing that guard spot. And then this year she became the vocal leader of the team. They were very young. They're going to have a lot coming back next year, but she was one of the few seniors. And, she carried her team and came through with some big-time shots.
Yeah, that she did. And I know I saw something about her going on to play somewhere, and it just escapes me, and I apologize for that. But I'm pretty sure Mom will come knock on my window in just a little bit to let me know, or she'll shoot me a text right now.
Yeah, they know where they're at, right?
Exactly.
We've been in the same spot for over a decade.
Yeah,
they know where to find us.
They know where to find us, exactly. But that's good. We always get to joke around with the parents and begin to foster and those good relationships with the community. So yeah, it's always good, and just encouraging and just getting to see them as they light up when you talk about their kids. I saw her dad just a little while ago underneath the bleachers, and they are set and they are off. And a good start there by the young lady, Leah Romero from Westlaco. Here comes Arredondo, but on the outside from Harlingen, it's Amanda Mares, and it looked like she took it.
Yeah, I think she did, Joe. I kind of noticed her kind of at the start of the race where she kind of stayed with them, and then she started to kind of pull away in the last 50 meters or so. In a nice, strong race, good rhythm, good movement with her feet and her arms. She's getting the high five from her teammate. And they ran a beautiful race.
Boys and girls.
So now we head over to the boys division. We've got 3 heats. Aiden Garcia, Jay-Z and Moore, Antonio Zamorano, Jesus Gaitan, Francisco Salinas, Victor Perez, Aiden Pequeño, the first heat, Dominic Valderas, Malachi Frazier, Camilo Montoya, Damian Rios, Nathan Diaz, Ricardo Duran, Francisco Olvera, Luis Obispo. That is heat number 2. And heat number 3, Servando Garcia, Diego Bravo, Zayden Garza, Nathaniel J. Herrera, Jonathan Wendorf, Davian Renteria, Davian Musgrave, and Robbie Sanchez will be in the 3rd heat. So getting ready for heat number 1. But before we do that, let's go ahead and give you the record for the 100-meter dash. And that is going to be Jose Garcia back in 2021. We were talking about him just a little while ago, Mike. And that was a 10:49. So that record still holds from that young man from Harlingen, Garcia.
And Jay Herrera comes in, what, 10:88?
10:88.
So he'll have a
good run.
He'll have
at
a shot, yeah.
Yeah, Jay, we got a chance to watch him for many years on that West East football team. It was fun watching him all those years. Here we go. Heat number 1. Aiden Garcia in lane 1 of Ed Calchausa. Jay-Z and Moore of Harlingen in lane 2. Antonio Zamorana of Donna in lane 3. Jesus Gaitan of West East in lane 4. He's one of those guys that played football as well. And they are off, and it's a young man from Harlingen, Jay-Z and Moore, out in front. That's another guy that was a running back for Harlingen. We got to see him play as well, and he's going to take the first heat. So good run by Moore.
He exploded, didn't he? He has those long legs, and just you saw his face running with certain determination, and good job there by the young man. Yeah, he's one of those, Joe, that you finish a race and you just walk off the track and you go look for your coach. It's all business with him.
That's right. Yeah. No fooling around here.
No fooling around.
Heat number 2, Dominic Valderas of Donna will be in lane 1. Malachi Frazier of Harlingen South will be in lane 2. Camilo Montoya of Harlingen South will be in lane 3. Damian Rios of Donna North will be in lane 4. Nathan Diaz of Westlaco will be in lane 5. Ricardo Duran of Westlaco in lane 6. Francisco Olvera of Donna North in lane 7. And Luis Obispo of Donna North in lane 8.
Do we have a few moments, Joe?
Yes.
I can read out a few results. They're starting to come in. I'm going to start with the girls 4x800 meter relay. In 4th place was Harlingen High School. 3rd place, Westlaco High School. 2nd place, Westlaco East High School. And your 1st place winner with a time of 9:54.52 is Harlingen South.
Good job.
Am I able to squeeze one more in?
Yes.
I'll give the results of the boys 4x800 meter relay. In 4th place was Donna High School. 3rd place, Ed Calchausa High School. 2nd place, Harlingen South. And your 1st place winner with a time of 8:14.33 was Westlaco East.
Good job. So lane 2 warming up, getting their blocks in position as we get set for the 2nd of 3 heats here in the boys 100-meter dash.
Should I read out one more?
Yeah, you got
Let's do
time.
that.
They're still there.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, this was the results of the girls 4x100 meter relay. In 4th place was Harlingen South. 3rd place, Westlaco High School. 2nd place, Ed Calchausa. And your 1st place winner with a time of 49:12 was Harlingen High School.
So here we go. Heat number 2. They've been called to the blocks.
And it looks like we have a full house for that one, Joe.
Yeah, this time we do. This time we do. And I like it when they all get out there. But again, you just never know. Sometimes there may be a little tweak here or there. They're just not ready for something. And you don't want to anytime jeopardize them for district.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
There we go. Had a couple of people twitching. They were ready to go. I think they're going to call someone on a false start. No, they're not. He's just going to calm down the nerves.
I mean, they're so eager to get off the block. And sometimes, what do they say? Runner set, and then
2 seconds.
yeah, like there's a certain rhythm in your head, like, and sometimes the official takes a little longer, but yeah.
Yeah, normally it's 2 seconds is kind of the rhythm. And
it's one thing if it's one athlete, but it was about 2 or 3 that did it. So
they were all eager to go because man, you make one mistake in this, it's hard to make it up.
yeah.
You know, because there's not much room for error in the 100-meter dash. And as we saw a little while ago, if you get a good start, especially like in the hurdles, you know, that it can take you to the finish line.
Yeah. I mean, every moment matters. Every
Yep.
second counts.
So here we go. Attempt number 2 at getting heat number 2 underway. Set. And they're off. Good start by the guy from Harlingen South in lane 3, and that is Camilo Montoya. But Westlaco's Nathan Diaz doing a good job as well. But second lane, Malachi Frazier of Harlingen South as well. Looked like he may have finished first.
God, it was a very competitive race. There was
It
about
was.
4 or 5 guys that were just kind of neck and neck, and yeah, you know, so a good race all of. I kind of feel like there's about 2 or 3 that kind of got off to a slow start. I think because of what happened moments before that, you know, they were just kind of waiting and
Maybe a little more
anxious,
reserved.
and then and they just weren't able to get off to that good start that you wanted. But overall, it was a very good, healthy race.
And now we go to the third heat, and in this heat it'll be in lane 1, Servando Garcia of Edcal Chelsea. In lane 2, Diego Bravo of Mercedes. In lane 3, Zayden Garza of Harlingen. In lane 4, Nathaniel J. Herrera of Westlaco East. In lane 5, Jonathan Wendorf of Harlingen South. In lane 6, Davian Renteria of Harlingen. In lane 7, Davian Musgrave of Westlaco. In lane 8, Mercedes Robbie Sanchez. So we talk about athletes, you know, we got to see Diego Bravo. He, if I'm not mistaken, was a quarterback for Mercedes. Robbie Sanchez, I think, was the slot back for Mercedes. Of course, we all know the name Jay Herrera of Westlaco East.
But I've never heard anybody call him Nathaniel.
Nathaniel,
Jay.
yeah.
So I guess Jay would be his middle name, perhaps.
Could be.
But everybody calls him Jay because it's so straight to the point and it's easier, perhaps.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Yeah. So yeah, that's a first for me. But yeah, he comes in with the fastest time. And Davian Musgrave.
Yes.
Refresh my memory. Was he a tight end or a receiver?
I want to say he was a receiver.
He was a receiver. Okay.
Coach Truman at the south side of the field.
And I know he's a young man as well. A sophomore. I think. Yeah.
Sophomore.
So he'll be back next year and the year after.
Yeah, Westlaco had a few sophomores at their skill positions. So as you mentioned, Jay Herrera with the best qualifying time at 10:88, and he is in there in lane 4.
We are ready, Mr. Starter.
And Coach Owens told me that Jay is actually undefeated in this event this year. No Valley team has beaten him yet.
Well, if we remember, they had another young man by the name of Gael Romo.
Yes, he talked about him as well. He spoke very highly of Jay Herrera, and he was kind of also, you know, asking me, you remember Gael, Romo? And I was like, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's running for UTRGV.
Yeah. So he's doing very. And I know UTRGV has a very healthy track and field program over there.
So they are called to their blocks. They are set. And a good, clean start. And it's Romo out in front. He had a good start. And look at him begin to turn on the speed. He is running, and he is finishing in first. Jay Herrera, start to finish.
Wow. Yeah, you see him run at will, and you know he's getting the respect there as well. But you know, it's great to be undefeated, but sometimes it also comes with a little pressure. So I kind of feel like those athletes probably, you know, wanted to see if they can beat him and, you know, stay with him, and but no, Jay did a great job. And you know, brought it again and remains undefeated.
You should have your hip numbers and be ready to go.
So now we are going to head to the girls 4x200 meter relay.
You guys should have your hip numbers and be ready to go. That's your second call.
And we've got 2 heats of this race. Donna North, Donna, Progreso, and Westlaco East will be in heat number 1. And in heat number 2, it'll be Mercedes, Westlaco High, Harlingen High, Edcal Chelsea, and then Harlingen South.
It looks like we're going to take a little break, Joe, in action. So I mean, I could read out some more results here. So I'll start off with the boys 4x100 meter relay. In fourth place was Westlaco East.
Lane 4.
Third place, Westlaco High. Second place, Harlingen South. And your first place winner with a time of 42:34 was Harlingen High School. We move on to the girls' 800-meter run. In fourth place was Jillian Peña out of Ed Calchosa. In third place was Andrea Quintero out of Westlaco East. Third place, Destiny Duran out of Harlingen. And your first place winner with a time of 2:21:07 is Sofia Galvan out of Harlingen South.
I believe contest number 2 is ready. Contest number 3.
Looks like we do have a big man relay here on the track tanking on right now. I'm not sure. I don't have the number of participants and or the participating lane amounts, but it looks like it is Westlaco in lane 4 because the young lady there is in purple. Harlingen in lane 5. So they call this the big man relay. These are all your shot putters and discus throwers. And
This is just for fun.
Exactly. It's always for fun. They're calling it the flying projectile 400-meter relay.
What would they call a race like for us, Joe? Old timers, 400-meter relay, or what do you think?
I would call the senile relay. I don't know. Look at that.
Notice the way they're lined up. Also,
that's Casey Parker right there, the third leg. He's one of the offensive linemen for the Panthers.
Hey, well, this is going to pay off for football. That's for sure. They're getting off of the block a little bit quicker.
I don't know who this is.
Hey, that was a good, clean handoff there.
But on the inside lane, it's Harlingen, isn't it? Because it's red and white. But look at Westlaco finishing second.
It does become competitive toward the end.
That they will. You got some more to announce?
Yeah, we have a few more results that we can squeeze in. Not sure if they'll have another race or not, but you see the young man from Donna North crossing the finish line. Congratulations to all the athletes having a great time here at the Jimmy Platt Invitational. So now we'll announce the boys' 800-meter run results. In fourth place was Ramiro Lozoya out of Mercedes. Fourth place was Jose Leobardo Carizales out of Westlaco East. In third place is Dante Orduño out of Donna. Second place was Alex Nava out of Westlaco East. And your first place winner with a time of 2:00.05 was Rayan Flores out of Harlingen. Let's move on to the girls' 100-meter hurdles.
You should have already reported.
The fourth place winner was Jaylyn Garcia out of Westlaco. Third place was Anissa Joseph out of Harlingen. Second place is Kennedy Reiniger out of Harlingen South. And your first place winner with a time of 15:60 is Isabella Parker out of Mercedes. I'll squeeze in, Joe, the boys 100-meter hurdles real quick. In fourth place was Ethan Pedraza out of Harlingen South. Third place was Andres Gomez out of Donna North. Second place was Austin Schroyer out of Harlingen South. And your first place winner with a time of 15:72 was Yariel Cabrera out of Harlingen South.
That was a really good race.
Yeah, very competitive.
We go now to the girls 4x200-meter relay, as we mentioned earlier, but we got interrupted by the flying projectile relay, right? Is what they dubbed it. We've heard it called the big man relay, but there's also women in there, so I think they decided to just call it something different just because maybe they're expecting the batons to be thrown. I don't know. But nonetheless, 4x200-meter relay, lane 3 will be Donna North, lane 4. Donna, lane 5, Progreso, lane 6, Westlaco East. And Heat 2 will be Mercedes, Westlaco High, Harlingen High, Ed Calchosa, and Harlingen South. Donna North will be Cynthia Maldonado, Besley Gonzalez, Brittany Cruz, and Leila Yanez. Donna will have Leslie Sustaita, Yesenia Herrera, Brittany Garcia, and Leticia Chapa. Progreso, Priscilla Davila, Arenea Sauceda, Samantha Melendez, and Karen Perez. Westlaco East will have Mia Moreno, Saraí Gonzalez, Angel 1A, and Ariana Sustaita. Those are the 4 participants in each of the teams here in heat number 1. Again, Donna North, Donna Progreso, and Westlaco East. 4x200 meter relay. Each young lady is going to run 200 meters, so it'll be a relay comprised of 2 laps. And the record for this race is going to be held by Harlingen South, set just last year at 145, Mike.
Just last year? Who was it again?
Harlingen South.
Okay. Very good. So,
We are ready.
I don't know how many of those girls are back from last year, but, let's see if, if they can break it or, well, let's see. Doesn't look like they're competing. Yeah, they will be in lane number 6.
Yeah, they will, but Harlingen High has come close to breaking that record, qualifying in for today's event. So that's going to be interesting to watch.
Keep an eye on, absolutely.
So
You said 200 meter each runner.
right.
So the first runners, they'll kind of go with the wind a little bit, and then when they hand it off, they'll kind of go against the wind. But we did talk about in the beginning of the broadcast that wind is not much of a factor for today.
Yeah, we were talking about multi-sport athletes, Sarai Gonzalez and Angel 1A, Westlaco East team. Those 2 ladies, I remember calling their name quite a bit.
Yeah, Wanya is a senior.
Yeah, 4-year letterman in girls basketball.
Yeah, she had a very good career for Coach Cromer.
Scored over 1,000 points in her career.
So that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, exactly.
Yeah, can do a little of everything. Was able to shoot the basketball, attack, finish, off the glass. He became a leader.
Was called on to be point guard at times, especially when Priscilla Quintanilla wasn't able. And they are off in this first heat of the girls 4x200 meter relay. Donna North, Donna Progreso, and Westlaco East. Westlaco East way out there on top in lane number 6. That's Mia Moreno. She'll hand it off to Sarai Gonzalez. Doesn't look like doesn't look like Donna North is in this one. Well, there's a team missing. That's going to be Donna, the team from Donna. Good clean handoff for Westlaco East. They continue to be out in front. This is Sarai Gonzalez out in front for Westlaco East, running a really good leg. Progreso in second, and that's going to be Donna North in lane 3. So Donna High is a team that is missing. So here comes Westlaco East. Gonzalez finishing up, giving it to Juan A. Juan A, as we mentioned, a really good athlete from Westlaco East. Starred in basketball, keeping Westlaco East out in front, and they've got a pretty good lead. And Juan A is going to be handing it off to Ariana Sustaita, who will be the anchor leg for the Lady Wildcats. And they have a good clean handoff, and they've probably got a good 20-meter lead, Mike. Looking really impressive is this team from Westlaco East.
I mean, really, Joe, it's just a matter of if they were able to get that clean hand off of the baton, because, yeah, they have a very, very good lead, and the young lady is going to finish strong, Sustaita.
Yeah, she'll finish in first place in this heat for Westlaco East with a time of about 151, 152. So good job there, Donna North and then Progreso. So good job by the Westlaco East Lady Wildcat team finishing that heat and finishing strong, Mike.
Yeah, you have to. Coach Davis has to be pleased with the 4 runners that he had here participating. Nice race, a good clean handoffs, and we're able to take care of business and establish a good time.
Yeah, they previously had come in with a time of 157.
So about 5-second improvement?
So, yeah, at least. So that's very impressive. We now head over to the second of 2 heats, and that'll be Mercedes in lane 2, Westlaco in lane 3, Harlingen High in lane 4, and Calchelsea in lane 5, Harlingen South in lane 6. Mercedes, Faith Gonzalez, Madeline Noriega, Caitlin Salinas, Estrella Morales. Westlaco, Madison Reyes, Drea. Let me just call her Drea. Drea is the second leg. Jaslyn Palomedes, is the third leg. Camille Perez, another one of those basketball players, just a freshman,
Third and
is going to be the
final call,
anchor.
400
Harlingen South, Callista Owens-Bell, Haley Hogg,
Third and final call,
Ariana
400
Garcia, and Amanda Mares. Mares is the lady that we saw run really strong just a little while ago. Edcal Chelsea, Tamara Leal, Kaylee Beltran, Fabiola Hernandez, and Jocelyn Cortez. Harlingen South, Miley Ruiz, Aubrey Stevens, Kennedy Reiniger, and Mia Molano. Two names that we've been calling out this afternoon quite a bit.
So you mentioned Perez for Weslaco is only a freshman.
Yes.
So being that she's an anchor, would you agree that that kind of says a lot, being that she's only a freshman and she's asked to be the anchor?
That does, and she got quite a bit of playing time, Mike, as a freshman on the Weslaco Panther basketball team.
Yeah, and so her future, my goodness, I mean, that says a lot. She came through with some big shots in the playoffs.
Yeah, she came up with some big threes, and, you know, I remember that Laredo game, man. She really hustled and played tough.
And you know what I like, Joe, when I see, you know, whether it's boys or girls, but when they're a freshman and they come into, like, say, a high-pressure situation or a playoff game in the big stage, and it doesn't faze them at all. And that's when you can tell an athlete's special.
Yeah. And we've seen many of them. You know, Drea Arredondo, like we just said right now, we've seen her for the last 4 years. So, and of course, like we mentioned, Angel 1A is one of them as well.
And Mom still hasn't come over here and let us know where she's going to college, or she hasn't texted us yet.
I was kind of joking about that. I don't think she's tuned into the live because she's here. Like I said, I saw her and Dad earlier. So again, it's going to be Mercedes in lane 2, Weslaco lane 3, Harlingen lane 4, Edcal Chelsea lane 5, and Harlingen South in lane 6. They are being called to their blocks. Starter looking everybody over. And a good, clean start in the final heat of the girls 4x200-meter relay. As we mentioned, Harlingen's high with the best qualifying time, 145.5. So Harlingen High and Edcouch looking strong. The young lady from Edcouch already making up the stagger on Harlingen South, but Weslaco looking strong here in lane 3. Edcal Chelsea looking like they've got the handoff first. Harlingen looking strong, as is Weslaco. So right now, it's Edcal Chelsea, Harlingen, and Weslaco 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, that young lady from Edcal Chelsea really got off to a good start after that handoff.
And the second leg for Weslaco, that is Drea Arredondo making up the move. Looks like Weslaco is going to be in second place after this handoff right now. So Edcouch still up in front, and Weslaco in second, Harlingen in third. But second and third looking really close, but Edcouch way out in front right now. And that is Fabiola Hernandez trying to hang on to that lead for Edcouch Elsa. But the young lady from Harlingen really stepping up the pace here. That's Ariana Garcia.
And Edcal Chelsea is kind of slowing down a little bit as we get the last handoff here.
But they got it, and they've got a good 10-meter lead there, Mike. And it's Edcal Chelsea out in front. Looks like they're going to take this one, Mike. It's going to be really hard for them to catch her. But Harlingen in second, Weslaco in third. Harlingen South beginning to make a little bit of a move.
Now here comes Weslaco there.
Weslaco looking strong. And the anchor, that's Camille Perez, Mike, the freshman.
Yeah, there she comes. So second place is still kind of up in the air.
So Edcal Chelsea, Harlingen, Weslaco. Here comes Perez from Weslaco. Can she get her? No, she cannot. But she made a valiant effort to try to and catch and overtake Maris of Harlingen.
Yeah, Maris just a little too strong there. But yeah, give credit to Perez there. She did give it a good run there toward the end.
But what a run by Edcouch.
Oh, yeah. The handoffs were nice and clean. But, yeah, I think the one that really set it up was Beltran, Kaylee Beltran. She was a second runner.
Yes.
Once she took that handoff and I saw her explode, and she just kind of widened that lead and it gave them that comfort that they had the rest of the way, and were able to hold on and finish the race strong and get the gold.
So now we move to the boys division, the 4x200-meter relay. And the boys will have just one heat, Mike. It'll be Progreso in lane 1, Mercedes in lane 2, Westco East in lane 3, Westco High in lane 4, Harlingen High in lane 5, Harlingen South in lane 6, and Dana in lane 7. Progreso will be comprised of Orlando Barbosa, Omar Munoz, Juan Alvarez, and Luis Escalon. Mercedes, Diego Bravo, Robert Sanchez, David De La Fuente, and Robbie Sanchez. Westco East, Gavin Melendez, Jotham Pineda, Thomas Cavazos, and Daniel Padilla. Westco High, Samuel Flores, Anthony Martinez, Davian Musgrave, and Hunter McCandless. Harlingen will have Ty Palmer, Davian Renteria, Josiah Maciel, and Noah Gutierrez. Harlingen South, Yariel Cabrera, Darian Gonzalez, Izzy Cortez, and William Holloman. Dana will have Joel Duran, Joshua Zuniga, Victor Perez, and Mario Medrano. The fastest time coming into today's race is Westco 129.87, and the record is held by Harlingen High 130.62 back in 2018. So they have a chance here, Mike.
They do have a chance, and so let's see how Westlaco finishes. Do we have a moment I could squeeze in one results here? Let's go with the girls 100-meter dash. In 4th place was a Callista Owens Bell out of Harlingen. 3rd place is a Leah Romero out of Westlaco. 2nd place was Amanda Mares out of Harlingen. And your 1st place winner with a time of 12:76 was Sarah Sanusi out of Harlingen High School. And we move on to let's move on to the girls' 3,200-meter run, which took place this morning. 4th place was Allison Rodriguez out of Harlingen South. 3rd place was Emily Ortiz out of Dana North. 2nd place was Elena Sanchez out of Westlaco High. 1st place with a time of 11:05.34 is Jessica De Leon out of Harlingen South.
Yeah, really good time there by the young lady from Westlaco. So Westlaco piling up points there.
And I'll squeeze in one more, Joe.
Go ahead.
Boys 3,200-meter run. 4th place was Diego Sanchez out of Westlaco East. 3rd place was Juan Manuel Aguiñaga Jr. out of Ecauchosa. 2nd place was Adolfo Adame out of Dana. And your 1st place winner with a time of 9:34.36 was our own Aaron Nava out of Westlaco East. Congratulations.
Yeah, he, that could have been why he ran out of gas in the 800 after running 2 miles.
Yeah,
we were talking about that earlier.
And he just recently signed on to, I believe, University of Houston. I believe is where. I hope I'm correct, but
Coach
I know
Nava is here. I saw him.
Yeah, I saw him earlier too. I believe it was University of Houston.
4x200-meter relay got off to a good start. Just one heat here in the boys division, and Westlaco in lane number 4 with the best qualifying time. So it's Westlaco and Harlingen, the teams that you really want to keep an eye out for, and Harlingen South as well. So Westlaco High, Harlingen High, and Harlingen South all with really good, clean exchanges. And number 2, Anthony Martinez doing a great job.
Yeah, I saw that handoff, Joe, and as soon as he got it, he exploded around the corner there.
And he's going to hand that baton off to Davian Musgrave, a youngster, and his kid can fly. And look at him, Mike. He has already overtaken the lead.
Wow, look at that, Joe.
Yes.
Look at that turn.
Yeah, this kid can fly. Look at him, Mike. You were talking about, you said that word, and I just repeated it because I didn't have anything else to say. And he's going to hand this off to the anchor, and that's Hunter McCandless, one of our receivers as well. And they have got a good 10-meter lead. And it looks like he is just cruising, but he is enlarging that lead, Mike.
Yeah, let's see. Harlingen and Harlingen South now are battling for second. Harlingen's going to try to give it one last gap, but yeah, you're right. Hunter McCandless is in full control.
Yeah, and it doesn't even look like he's trying, Mike, but look at him just cruise to a good finish. And that might be a record, Mike, because he looked like he crossed it at 128.
Wow. Yeah, you're right about that. And you see Hunter McCandless there huffing and puffing there.
But making it look easy.
Yeah.
And the good athletes, that's what they do, Mike. They make things look easy.
No, we talk about the arms, the legs. There's also the breathing involved, correct?
Yeah,
there's, breathing in, breathing out, nice rhythm. And, they displayed all of that.
Yeah, you don't want to be holding your breath because you can get yourself into a lot of trouble.
And the next race, girls 400-meter dash.
So we'll wait for those results because, like I said, that was really close to 128. After the 4x200-meter relay, it is the 400-meter dash. We've got 3 heats in the girls division. Kayla Garza, Evelyn Rosales, Karen Perez, Marisa Ramirez, and Grayson Ruiz in heat number 1. Jaylene Garza, Lucy Lawson, Avi Garza, Jamie Villa, Leah Gonzalez, Dana Garcia, and Jessica Medellin in heat number 2. Jillian Peña, Jenna Peña, Maddie Castillo, Miranda Aguilar, Carolyn Hernandez, Caitlin Trantham, and Leila Cerda in heat number 3. So the first heat, Kayla Garza in lane 2, Evelyn Rosales lane 3, Karen Perez lane 4, Marisa Ramirez lane 5, Grayson Ruiz in lane 6. And I'm not sure they are all out there. Looks like there's only 2 runners, Mike.
So the 400-meter dash is just one full lap.
One full lap. We got the young lady, Evelyn Rosales of Mercedes, and Karen Perez of Progreso are the only 2 participants in this first heat. So they're going to run a full lap around the track. And we are approaching, and she may be disqualified, Mike, because she went into the wrong lane.
And I know we brought up that point a little earlier about, going into another lane.
Yeah, she is supposed to be in lane 3 and is now in lane 1.
Okay.
So yeah, so that might be a disqualification for her.
So now it's just about pride. It's just about finishing the race.
And a lot of times, she doesn't come in with a time, so she may be a newbie to the sport.
Sure.
And just doesn't understand the whole,
the concept of it.
Yeah. And it's just out there running. But a good job by these young ladies finishing strong. And that's the first heat. Heat number 2 will have Jalen Garza of Donna in lane 1, Lucy Lawson of Donna in lane 2, Avi Garza of Mercedes in lane 3, Jamie Villa of Westlaco in lane 4, Leah Gonzalez of Westlaco in lane 5, Dana Garcia of Progreso in lane 6, Jessica Medellin of Donna in lane 7. We've been talking about multi-sport athletes. The first time we mentioned Jamie Villa's name here in today's track meet, but she also was part of that Westlaco Panther basketball team.
Yeah. I mean, how many athletes were on that team and now playing basketball? And that's one of the things that Coach Almaguer told me that he addressed a little bit some of these girls kind of came in a little late because they were playing basketball. And that's the great thing about it is that when you're in a team and you go deep in the playoffs, so you have that and you're a part of that. But then when you move on to the next sport, you're kind of a little behind. And so it's just a lot of catching up. And so, after today, though, I think Coach Almaguer will know exactly what he has in front of him and where to put what girl where and what events as we move on to district in a few weeks.
Yeah, we talk about Jamie Villa. There she was. And then right on her outside is another young lady for Westlaco, Leah Gonzalez.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and I have to mention this as well, Joe, because it was kind of bothering me a little bit in regards to Aaron Nava. He's actually signing to Lamar University. Okay. So I was a little close, Lamar, because I said University of Houston. So it was in the area. I knew Beaumont. It was somewhere there. Yeah, Beaumont and Houston is not, they're pretty close to each other.
Yeah, they're red.
They're both red. Yeah, exactly. And
Cardinals, Cougars, they start with C.
Right. And they're both in Southeast Texas.
Yeah.
A lot of similarities. I knew it was somewhere out that way, but yeah, I just want to mention that, for the record, that that's where he's moving. Correct. And so, yeah, but just congratulations to him. We've had a great time watching him over the years.
Yeah, that we have it for sure. Exactly.
At cross country and in track and field, and now he'll move on to the college level. But he still has his younger brother here, Alex.
Right, Alex is running as well.
Yeah. And I'm sure that he'll run somewhere at the next level.
So here we go, heat number 2. Garza, Lawson, Garza, Villa, Gonzalez, Garcia, and Medellin are ready to get this 400-meter dash out of the way. Good, clean start. As we mentioned, there are 2 young ladies from Westlaco in this heat, Jamie Villa and Leah Gonzalez. Villa on the inside, Gonzalez on the outside. That's lanes 4 and 5. And look at Jamie Villa already making up the stagger and getting herself out competitively out in first place and setting the pace here in this second of 3 heats in the 400-meter dash.
Yeah, Leah Gonzalez is trying to make a move there along with Harlingen South.
On the outside,
The
you got
outside.
Donna as well, Jessica Medellin trying to hang on strong. But Villa just a little too much here in the opening. Looking up towards the Jumbotron, seeing where everybody is in perspective to where she is at.
You see Donna now.
That is the young lady, Jessica Medellin from Donna, as you mentioned, Mike, starting to make a move out there on top. But it's going to be Jamie Villa going to finish this one in first place. So good, strong running from Jamie Villa. And Leah Gonzalez, I believe, was finished second. So
Yeah.
good 1-2 finish in heat number 2.
And one of the things I noticed, Joe, in looking at the girls, you can tell they're getting tired. They've probably been here all day. And if you, like we mentioned, Joe, it was cool this morning, but now it's warming up. It's warming. It's one of those crazy days where it started in the high 40s, as you mentioned, and now it's like in the 80s. And so these athletes, they got to make that adjustment as well.
Yeah, it is 83 degrees right now.
So a 40, almost 40-degree difference
And
from
it'll-
8 o'clock, 6 o'clock this morning to now.
And by the time we finish, it'll be 85.
Wow.
So it'll be a little warmer then. So yeah, the winds are starting to shift out of the south as well. So we go into the third and final heat in this 400-meter dash. Jillian Pena of Edcal Chelsea will be in lane 1. Jenna Pena of Westlaco will be in lane 2. Maddie Castillo of Westlaco East in lane 3. Miranda Aguilar of Harlingen in lane 4. Carolyn Hernandez also of Harlingen in lane 5. Caitlin Tradum of Edcal Chelsea in lane 6. Leila Cerda of Harlingen in lane 7. Jenna Pena is one of those names that we've called out year in and year out, Mike.
Refresh my memory. Volleyball?
No, just track.
Just track.
Just
Okay,
track.
yeah, there we go. Yes, you are correct about that. I know Coach Amaguer,
We are ready, Mr. Starter.
a number of athletes that come in and out of the program over the years. And hey, let's give a plug to Coach Amaguer.
Oh, speaking of that's right,
Yes,
Mike. Let's not
yes.
forget that.
Yeah, absolutely. He was recently. It came out publicly. The announcement came from the Rio Grande Valley Sports Hall of Fame that he's going to be in
Inducted.
the new class,
Yep.
inducted in June at admission this year. And I asked him about that, like how it felt, and he was just like, "Oh, Mike, like I got emotional when I found out." He goes, but I'm trying to keep a straight head on, meaning that he's trying to stay humble about it. He goes, I just let my hard work do all the talking, just let things happen. And that's kind of the same approach he takes with the girls when he's coaching, just let things happen. It will come to it. And he's just like, it's just a testament of the hard work he's put in and day out. And, he mentioned that there was a lot of people involved, starting with his parents, with his family, and then his coaches, Jimmy Platt being one of them in high school, and all the athletes that have come in and out of the program. And he's very excited and can't wait for the event.
Good clean start in the girls' 400-meter dash. The best qualifying time coming in at 1 minute flat. Miranda Aguilar of Harlingen. The record is Didi Cortez of Sherryland, 2001, 57.65. So Harlingen's Miranda Aguilar out in front, but right next to her, Carolyn Hernandez keeping her in check. But right on her inside is Maddie Castillo of Westlaco East running strong, Mike.
Yeah, she's starting to make a move there as we make that last turn.
Yeah, Maddie Castillo of Westlaco East starting to put it on here as we come into the home stretch. So it's going to be Aguilar and Castillo. Looks like Aguilar's got a little more in the tank, but Castillo keeping up. Aguilar, Castillo, 1-2. And then the other young lady from Harlingen looks like she's going to finish third, and that's Hernandez. But good run there by Aguilar of Harlingen, Castillo of Westlaco East, and Hernandez of Harlingen.
Yeah, Castillo was a name that the other name that Coach Davis told me to keep an eye on, and she's also a member of that cross country team that won district, and she ran a very, very good race, but just a little too much Aguilar here in the 400 meter.
Yeah, she finished strong. As you mentioned, Mike, Castillo beginning to make a move, but Aguilar was able to match that and finish strong. Now we move over to the boys' 400-meter dash. We've got 3 heats. Kai Sepulveda, Raul Martinez, Brendan Cromer, Apolinar Garcia, Dominic Valderas, Victor Cruz, Antonio Zamorano, Micah Garza, heat number 1, Omar Muñiz, Caleb Rivas, Luke Tames, Devin Reina, Agullo, Cristian, Santiago Vidana, Jazian Moore, and Yandel Gamboa, heat number 2. Julius Garza, Rayan Flores, Jorge Rangel, Saul Ramirez, Seth Moya, Angel Martinez, Corey Portales, and Gabriel Guzman in heat number 3. So we got 3 heats of the boys 400-meter dash.
Do I have a moment?
Yeah, you got a moment.
Okay, I'm going to read the results of the boys 100-meter dash. In 4th place was Davian Renteria out of Harlingen. 3rd place was Jonathan Windorf out of Harlingen South. 2nd place was Zayden Garza out of Harlingen. And your 1st place winner with a time of 11:30 was the great Nathaniel J. Herrera out of Westlaco East, Joe.
I like the way you said that. Nathaniel J.
Nathaniel.
Herrera.
Yeah, you got to say with emphasis now.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but you included Nathaniel because we were talking about we only know him as Jay.
Yeah, we just call him Jay all year long. The last couple of years, we've just, hey, Jay, you know, but now there's a Nathaniel in it. So, yeah, congratulations to the young man.
Heat number 1 of the boys 400-meter dash underway. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 participants. We've got the young man from Mercedes, Micah Garza, a young man from Donna in Antonio. No, it's not going to be Antonio Zamorano. It's going to be Dominic Valderas. And then 2 young men. There's going to be 2 men from South. No, it's going to be Kai Sepulveda of South and Apolinar Garcia of South as well. We are at the 150 mark, and it looks like lane number 1, Kai Sepulveda, may have a slight lead over Apolinar Garcia. So the guy from Mercedes, Micah Garza, out on lane 8, may finish first. He's beginning to turn it on as he saw the guy in lane 1 making a move, and that's quite a bit of distance there. And it's going to be Micah Garza and Kai Sepulveda, 1 and 2 in heat number 1.
Yeah, nice job there by the young man from Mercedes. Really kind of took it to a next level in the last 100 meters or so. You know, kind of.
Because he didn't see anybody till you come out of that last turn because you're way up there by yourself.
Well, exactly. You're in lane 8,
yeah.
and sometimes it's a great thing because when you start the race and you kind of have that stagger, but then those turns become wider, right? It's a wide turn for him, so a little more work. It's so.
And there was like nobody in lane 7, 6, and 5 almost. So like there was nobody to look over your shoulder if it was catching up to you. And it wasn't until he saw Kai Sepulveda in lane 1 that he decided to turn it up.
Yeah, kind of like you're in an island by yourself,
Yeah,
right? A little bit,
yeah.
and then as you mentioned, when maybe the last 100 meters or so, last 150 is when he noticed that there's runners next to me. I better turn on the jets.
So here we go to heat number 2 in the boys 400-meter dash. Omar Munoz of Progreso in lane 1, Caleb Rivas of West Luis in lane 2, Luke Tamez of Harlingen in lane 3, Devin Reina of West Luis in lane 4, Aguayo Cristian of Donna North in lane 5, Santiago Vidana of Edcal Chelsea in lane 6, Jazian Moore of Harlingen in lane 7, Yandel Gamboa of Mercedes in lane 8.
And we have a few moments. I'll squeeze in the results of the girls 4x200 meter relay. In 4th place was Westlaco East. 3rd place, Westlaco High School. 2nd place, Harlingen High School. And your 1st place winner with a time of 1:45.62 is Edcal Chelsea.
1:45. What?
Yeah. Am I able to squeeze one more?
Wait, what was the time again? 1:45?
62, I think is what
I
it
was
was.
half a second off the record, Mike.
Oh, wow. Wow. So they gave it a good ride
They
there.
gave it a good ride, so.
Yeah. I'll wait for the boys 4x200 meter relay. I think we're going to get this second heat underway here.
Yeah, when you said that time, that really caught my attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's important to note, that they're that close.
Yeah, that was a really good run by that team from Edcal Chelsea. They're off. This is heat number 2, 400-meter dash. Good clean start. A couple of athletes missing. But heat number 2 is on its way, and out in lane number 8, Yandel. No, it's going to be lane number 7, Jazian Moore of Harlingen. And I was going to say that's going to be a young man to watch because we saw him run earlier, and he
stood out.
He stood out because he just, as you mentioned, Mike, those long strides, and he just looks cool, calm, and collected out there, and just keeping those arms moving and those legs pumping.
Was it the 100 meter, or which event was it? Do you
I
remember?
think it was the 100.
Okay.
But there is nobody else on the screen, Mike, and he's in lane 8. So Jazian Moore looks like he is going to finish this heat in first place, uncontested. And a time of 51, Mike.
Wow. So he came in with a 55.74, so that's a 4-second improvement. And remember, he was a young man that just walked off the track, all business. So let's see if he notices our cameraman there.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't know. He's just going to walk off. You know, he probably wants some water because this race was a little longer. So he's going to look for that
he
water.
He skipped the water fountain. He went for the shade. That's what he went for.
Hey, he's pretty smart. He knows where to go to cool off a little bit.
Yeah, I need some shade. And yeah, he went straight to the shade. But Mike, that 51 might put him in the medal hunt.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we'll see what he finished, officially. But this is just looking at the screen, and that was a really good run there. Heat number 3: Julius Garza of Dana in lane 1, Raynon Flores of Harlingen in lane 2, Jorge Rangel of Westaco in lane 3, Saul Ramirez of Westaco in lane 4, Seth Moya of Westaco in lane 5, Angel Martinez of Dana North in lane 6, Corey Portales of Arlington South in lane 7, Gabriel Guzman of Edcal Chelsea in lane 8. But the one thing I want to point out here, Mike, 4, 3, and 5, your fastest lanes are all by Westlaco High athletes, Jorge Rangel, Saul Ramirez, and Seth Moya.
Yeah, we know Saul and Seth from the football team.
Well, not only that, Mike, but I want to point out that Seth Moya was the high point winner at a recent track meet.
Oh, wow.
He medaled in 3 or 4 sports. I don't remember exactly what, but he was the high point winner.
I mean, just a phenomenal athlete, and only a junior. He'll be back
He'll
next
be
year.
back next year.
Yeah.
And Saul Ramirez is just speed.
It's just pure speed. A great athlete. They used him as a receiver, but mainly as a defensive back. And it's because of speed. I mean, and he's gonna have it here, a full display. But man, we've watched him the last couple of years, and he's just fun to watch.
He is a young man that's fun to watch. But again, like I said, 3 of them, and then the other guy, Jorge Rangel.
And I remember talking to them a few years ago, and I kind of asked them about that, about playing, or running against one another, and they see it as a healthy competition. They feel like by getting each other's best, it helps the team out.
And they are off. Rangel, Ramirez, and Moya. Look at Ramirez. He's already passed Moya. Look at Ramirez. We talked about pure speed, and that is on full display, as you said, Mike, right here. Saul Ramirez in lane 4. He is out in front. And it is Harlingen South's Corey Portales trying to keep up, but there ain't no way he's going to keep up with Saul Ramirez. Saul Ramirez coming around the turn, out in first place. No one gonna catch him.
Yeah, making it look easy. And there goes Seth Moya with a strong finish toward the end.
Moya is picking up the speed to try to finish strong in second. And the young man from Harlingen, it's going to be Raynon Flores, and we've called his name a few times tonight.
Yeah, but outstanding race there by Saul Ramirez, as you mentioned. After that first turn there, you can tell that he was just going to take over this race, and there was really no looking back. And I want to say Seth Moya finished a healthy 3rd.
The young man from Harlingen may have overtaken him.
Yeah, toward the end. But a good race overall by Westlaco.
You had some results from the 4x2.
Yeah, let's read out the boys.
Because I'm interested in this one, too.
Here we go. So 4th place was Donna High School. 3rd place, Harlingen South. 2nd place is Harlingen High School. And your 1st place winner with a time of 1:28.85 is Westlaco High School.
Mike,
all the way down.
that is a record.
Is it a record? Wow. Congratulations.
128. You said 4x200 meter relay, 128. The record is 1:30.
There you go.
62.
So
almost 2 seconds. And I told you, I go, Mike, that may be a record right there.
Yeah, and we saw it. We saw it when at the end, and we were looking. We have that little clock in the bottom right hand of the screen, and we felt like that very well could be a record. And sure enough. So congratulations to Westlaco High School, setting a new record. And let's move on to the girls of 400 meter dash. 4th place was Jenna Peña out of Westlaco. 3rd place was Caroline Hernandez out of Harlingen. 2nd place is Maddie Castillo out of Westlaco East. And your 1st place winner with a time of 59.72 is Miranda Aguilar out of Harlingen High School.
Yeah, she ran a really good race there.
She's the only one under 1.
1 minute.
Yeah. So very good race by the young lady. But this next event, Joe, this one's going to be fun.
Yeah, this one, as you talked about earlier, Mike, you were already preempting this one, previewing it earlier, and we were watching the girls 100 meters, and we've got 2 heats in the girls 300-meter hurdles in Jada Benavides, Adriana Ramirez, Zoe Esquivel, Neyla Vargas, Mia Moreno, Giselle Cavazos, and Addison Gonzalez will all be in heat number 1. Heat number 2 will be Analia Esquivel, Jaylin Garcia, Julian Castillo, Yanisa Araujo, Isabella Parker, Anissa Joseph, and Catarina Cepeda. Those will be the participants in heat number 2.
And as we mentioned, Yanesi Araujo, I hope I said it right.
Araujo.
She comes in with the best time, and she's only a freshman.
Right. You were talking about her and Parker earlier.
Yeah. So that we're going to keep an eye on that. That's going to be a fun race to watch. But right now, it looks like they're going to set up the hurdles, and it looks like, Joe, they're going to run on the far side. Or no, I'm sorry, they're going to run over here to the near side.
Yeah, they're going to finish over here. It's 300.
It's 300, so they're going to start from the far side and go around. There we go.
2/3, 3/4 of a lap.
There we go. Yeah, that's the best way of saying it. I think 3/4 of a lap.
Yeah, I was hoping my math wouldn't fail me now. What little I do know of math. I was talking to some people, and I was using just round numbers, and I was like, that's kind of high.
Yeah.
I said, listen, I'm only using round numbers because math was not my strong point. Okay, I don't have a math degree. I've got a few degrees, but
neither do I.
None of them are in math. So 3/4 of a lap. But this is going to be a good one, the 300-meter hurdle girls division. But yeah, exciting, as we mentioned, the 4x200 meter, McCandless just finished, and he just looked really relaxed. But that's just, like we said, the good athletes make it look easy.
Well, there's different kinds of athletes. There's one that make it look easy, and their facial expression just kind of looks relaxed and poised. And there's others that just kind of, their eyes are out, or they're just, running with a certain determination, whatever works for them, right?
Yeah, exactly. Whatever works for them.
I mean, you were in track, Joe. What was your facial expression like? What did they tell you?
I have no idea. We didn't have this kind of technology. The 300-meter hurdle girls division is underway, the first heat. And again, as we mentioned, it is Benavides, Ramirez, Esquivel, Vargas, Moreno, Cavazos, and Gonzalez. Westlaco East, it is Mia Moreno out in front, looking really strong. On her inside is Neyla Vargas of Mercedes. And, of course, the young lady from Edcal Chelsea, Zoe Esquivel, all 1, 2, and 3 as we come down the home stretch. Westlaco East, Moreno, Mercedes, Vargas. 1 and 2. Vargas overtaking. So it looks like Vargas, barring any hiccups here, will finish this heat number 1. So Vargas finishes first, followed by the young lady from Westlaco East, Mia Moreno, and then it is going to be Esquivel out of Edcal Chelsea. So good run there by Mercedes Neyla Vargas. Now we go to the second of 2 heats. And in lane 1, it's going to be Analia Esquivel of Dana. In lane 2, it'll be Jaylin Garcia of Westlaco. In lane 3, Julianne Castillo of Harlingen South. In lane 4, Yanisa Araujo of Westlaco in lane 4. In lane 5, it's going to be Isabella Parker of Mercedes. In lane 6, Anissa Joseph of Harlingen. And lane 7, Catarina Cepeda of Westlaco. 300-meter hurdles. The record holder is going to be Elena Roquette. We saw her here for several years. She is out of Harlingen. Her record was set in 2023, 45-43. So the young ladies have already been walked over to their lanes. The starter is making sure that we've got all the participants out there. There may be one athlete missing. I see 6 on the track. They may be looking for somebody. I think they're just confirming that that one athlete is not going to be there. So it looks like Analia Esquivel of Dana is going to be the one that is not going to participate. But nonetheless, here we go. 300-meter hurdles. The second of 2 heats is about to get underway. A good, clean start, Mike. You said lane 4, Yanisa Arajo of Westlaco is someone to look for. But look at on her inside from Harlingen South, Julianne Castillo is the first one over. Isabella Parker looks to be in second. So right now, Castillo of Harlingen South, followed by Parker in second. Parker maybe taking over here. It's Parker. And Arajo is starting to make a move, getting into third place, but Parker looks like she's going to take this one, Mike. Castillo fading a little bit. Arajo coming on strong here at the end, Mike. She may be able to take second if she can finish strong. She'll finish third. So it's going to be Parker, Castillo, and Arajo.
So great job there by Parker, just kind of taking over about halfway through the race. It kind of felt like Arajo just kind of got off to a slow start. And she had to play catch up the rest of the way, but she was able to finish the race strong and come out a healthy third.
2 holes showing on the hurdles, please. 2
Good
holes
job
showing.
there.
Yeah, and let's
the
give
dance.
Oh, I was looking down at my notes, and so I missed out on that famous dance.
Castillo and Parker got together and did a little dance.
I think that my favorite one was Faith Franklin was the one that did it the best.
Yeah. So now we move over to the boys division, and we got 2 heats. Ramiro Lozoya of Mercedes in lane 1, Malachi Frazier of Arlington South in lane 2, William Sander of Westaco in lane 3, Marco Hernandez of Westaco in lane 4, Sean Estrada of Harlingen in lane 5, Justin Espinosa of Vicalchosa in lane 6, and Taylor Jimenez of Westaco East in lane 7. This is the second time we don't see Jimenez out here, so Jimenez may have been pulled out for whatever reason. Again, you know, as we talked about earlier, they just finished basketball about a week ago.
Yeah, so I mean, as we mentioned about the weather, it's warming up, so they're probably a little tired. You know, you don't want to overwork them. I know we know spring break is coming up after today, and I know for Westaco High, what they told me was that they were still going to work out. I mean, they don't have a meet next week, but that they're still going to work out Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday just so they can stay fresh. And then they have, I believe, meet of champions the weekend of the 27th and 28th before district. So yeah, it's right around the corner. But yeah, the point is that you don't want to overdo it. There's still a lot of work ahead, and you just want to make sure that you're okay and you're healthy.
So 2 heats in the boys 300-meter hurdles, just about to get underway here.
Will the top 3 finishers
They've been called to their blocks.
Please report to the 50-yard line.
Set, and they are off. Good start by Hernandez there in the middle, Mike. He ran a good 100-meter hurdle as well. Oh, and he just stumbled right there in front of that one. Sander coming on strong. Little taller gentleman getting over, and it looks like Sander may be out in front, Mike. Sander beginning to make a move here in lane 3. He is out in front. William Sander from Westlaco finishing strong in the 300-meter hurdles. Digging deep. Look at him dig, Mike. You see that big breath of air he let out just a little while ago.
Yeah, we're talking about those facial expressions. Yeah, that's that look of a determination, that certain determination. I was concerned a little bit because in one of the hurdles, it was kind of when they're going around that that left part of it that turned out, I forgot what it's called, but he was kind of hesitating a little bit on that hurdle, and I was worried that he was going to either trip over it or lose his rhythm a little bit, but he was able to maintain his running and clean the hurdles and finish strong there.
Yeah,
so great job.
Yeah, good job by Sander there. And we go to the second of 2 heats in the 300-meter hurdle boys division. And it's going to be Joshua Zuniga of Donna in lane 1, Andres Gomez of Donna North in lane 2, Ethan Pedraza of Harlingen South in lane 3, Noah Huerta of Harlingen in lane 4, Julian Peña of Harlingen in lane 5, Feliciano Lopez of Harlingen South in lane 6, Jaden Allen of Westico in lane 7, Marcos Garcia of Icalchosa in lane 8, 300-meter hurdle, Marco Rojas of Westico High, 38.43 back in 2001.
Some years ago. And yeah, so Huerta comes in as the only one under 40, 39.83.
So we'll see how he does here today in this 300-meter hurdle event. Boys being called to their blocks. Jaden Allen, the only Westlaco athlete in lane 7. And a false start.
Yeah, when you heard that gunshot the second time, that means stop.
Means red light. Stop.
Red light, yeah.
Discussing who was the guilty party. And they are going to say it is lane 3. Lane 3 with the false start, Ethan Pedraza of Harlingen South. So we'll start all over again. Take 2.
Take 2, yeah. You know, the thing, Joe, is if you're going to make a mistake like that, it's better to do it here than in district,
right,
or area or regional or even state. You know, it's better to do it now, learn from it, and move on.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to bet that's what his coach is going to tell him. And he's going to just address it to him. Look, this is what happened. This is what you did. Just kind of watch it for next time, and, you know, and you'll learn from it.
This second time, it is a good, clean start. Huerta out in front already. He's the first one over the hurdles. He's got a good step lead on most of the athletes there in this race. Already making up the stagger on the guy on his inside, beginning to make up the stagger on the gentleman from Harlingen South. So Huerta, barring any issues or just plain flat out running out of gas, is going to cruise to victory here. He is way out of
He's way out, yeah. Nice rhythm.
Yeah, the closest guy to him is his teammate, Julian Peña. But it is Noah Huerta finishing in first. Looks like he's going to finish in a time of 40 flat. So good run there by Huerta. So we are done with the hurdles for the afternoon, and now we go back to the speed events. The girls' 200-meter dash. We've got 4 heats. And heat number 1 will be Ariana Sustaita, Nevada Layton, Aubrey Stevens, Hayden Martinez, Jocelyn Villarreal. Lane 2, Alicia Perez, Megan Acevedo, Mariah Gonzalez, Miley Ruiz, Stephanie Aguilar, and Leslie Gaona. Heat number 3, Areli Zapata, Emily Valderas, Madeline Noriega, Leila Gonzalez, Lucy Lawson, Valerie Estrada, Priscilla Davila. And the final heat will be comprised of Brittany Cruz, Madison Reyes, Haley Hogg, Kaylee Beltran, Camille Perez, Allison Alanis, and Camila Owens-Bell. Those are the 4 heat participants in the 200-meter dash for the girls division.
For your hip numbers.
So again, there are 4 heats in the girls' 200-meter dash as they clean up the hurdles and get ready for the 200-meter dash. Getting the athletes ready out there at the top of the track. Again, 200-meter dash is a half run around the track here. And they're getting themselves prepared. And as they do that, we'll go ahead and give you the results of the boys' 400-meter dash.
Please report to the award stand.
Finishing 4th is Jay-Z and Moore of Harlingen, 50.85. Remember, he ran in that first heat. I was saying he finished about 51, and that is absolutely right. That guy ran out there in lane 8 all alone. So he will finish in 4th. Finishing in 3rd, Seth Moya, 50.72. That is his time. Rayan Flores of Harlingen, 50.61. And finishing in the number 1 spot of Weslaco is Saul Ramirez, 48.86. And that is his finishing time in the 400-meter dash. So a good run there by Saul Ramirez of Weslaco to finish with the gold in the 400-meter dash. $200-meter relay about to get underway.
At this time,
They have the first heat set to go.
all hurdle engineers report.
First heat is going to be Ariana Sustaita of West East in lane 2, Nevada Layton of Edcal Chelsea in lane 3, Aubrey Stevens of Harlingen South in lane 4, Hayden Martinez of Harlingen in lane 5, and Jocelyn Villarreal of Donna in lane 6. Getting their steps off, getting their warm-up starts in. Harlingen South, Aubrey Stevens. Getting her blocks set up properly. As we mentioned, there's 4 heats in this girls' 200-meter dash. Several of these young ladies opting to not use blocks. Looks like we are ready to get this first heat underway.
Please get down in the infield between the camera and the runners. Please get down. All you guys right there on the 5-yard line, get down.
Here we go, the first heat of 4. They're called set, and a good clean start in this first heat. In lane 2, Ariana Sustaita looking really strong, Mike. She's already overtaken everybody.
Yeah, nice turn there. Just beautiful.
Sustaita looking really strong.
Yeah, here comes Harlingen South.
Stevens out of Harlingen South. That's Aubrey Stevens. But Sustaita doesn't look like she's going to be challenged here at the end if she can hang on to that. She finishes first. So good run there by Sustaita.
You notice she was looking at the scoreboard, just making sure she had that comfortable lead. And now she can just wave and say hi or something.
I think she heard you because she was chuckling along with you, Mike.
She'll get that well-deserved water break there. As we mentioned, it's warming up down there. And now, there you go. That's a smile, waving to the camera.
Yeah, the Weslaco athletes, whether it be from Weslaco High or Weslaco East, very familiar with K-West and understanding the cameras that are out here. And of course, how to use that Jumbotron as well.
A good-sized Jumbotron,
yeah.
The biggest in the valley. So they stand out. You know, if they have a shot of you, our guys will get you. And you'll stand out on that scoreboard.
Second heat will have Alicia Perez of Progreso in lane 2, Megan Acevedo of Edcal Chelsea in lane 3, Mariah Gonzalez of West East in lane 4, Miley Ruiz of Harlingen South in lane 5, Stephanie Aguilar of Donna North in lane 6, and in lane 7 will be Leslie Gaona of Mercedes. Looks like we're only going to have 3 athletes, though, in lanes 2, 3, and 4, which will be Perez, Acevedo, and Gonzalez. False start.
So now it may be 2. You see the officials there discussing.
Yeah, discussing whether or not they're going to disqualify her. Because were they called set?
We are ready, Mr. Starter.
And they are going to say she is done.
Can you protest something like that? No. Once they make the call, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. She can't pull off the, come on, there's only 3 of us anyway.
Yeah.
It's not district, it's not area.
Yeah, I was going to say they weren't set. I don't know if she was even ready, you know, but again, maybe they were already called to the blocks. And so.
To her credit, she knew what had happened. And so, you know, she's just going to take it like a champ and walk it off.
Perez and Gonzalez, the only 2 athletes in this one. Perez of Westlaco East and Gonzalez. I'm sorry, Perez of Progreso and Gonzalez of Westlaco East. I had them backwards. But here comes Gonzalez of Westlaco East trying to hang on, but Perez just beginning to pour it on here at the end. But Gonzalez overtaking the lead now. Perez back at the lead. This one's back and forth. We'll see who finishes first. It's going to be a young lady from Progreso finishing first. That is Alicia Perez of Progreso finishing first in the second heat. Heat number 3 is going to have Areli Zapata of Progreso, Emily Valderas of Westlaco East, Madeline Noriega of Mercedes, Leila Gonzalez of Westlaco, Lucy Lawson of Donna, Valerie Estrada of Donna North, and Priscilla Davila of Progreso.
No, good race there by Perez out of Progreso. We made that comment earlier that, hey, I went up against a 6A girl. Like that's really cool to take, you know, moving forward into the season and into district.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that, you know, we always hear on the news with Progreso is just their soccer team and just how good they are, you know.
Yeah.
And so I want to say that I know they had a miscue last year and that eliminated them from reaching the state finals.
Yeah. Unfortunate circumstance.
Right, yeah, you know. But here this year, I think they're going to make a good run from it from what I can see. I don't follow them that closely, but it looked like they were on the top of their district as well.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. I mean, you know, we all come together. Once a Valley team goes deep in the playoffs, you know, we root for them. And Progreso was right there last year. And hopefully this year they can, again, go deep and see if they can finish off what they maybe could have and should have done last year.
So here we go, heat number 3. Lane 2, lane 4, lane 6, and lane 7. Looks like that's going to be it. It's going to be Valderas, Gonzalez, Estrada, and Davila. So Valderas of East and Gonzalez of Westlaco, lane 2 and 4. Lane 4 is got Gonzalez of Westlaco, and she is looking really strong.
Yeah, we just saw her a short time ago.
We did. This is Leila Gonzalez. But to be honest with you, that looks like the basketball girl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
That doesn't look like Leila Gonzalez. Villa, that's her last name, Villa. That looks like Villa. I'm not sure if that is her. But we'll try to see her bib number 4. Leila Gonzalez. So yeah, but yeah, just from up here, it's hard to tell. Kind of like even when we do basketball, you get them confused on the court as well. But good job there by Gonzalez, finishing strong, and of course the young lady Emily Valderas from Westlaco East as well.
Yeah, very good race. Nice, clean race.
So now we go to the final of 4 heats here in the 200-meter dash. Brittany Cruz of Donna North, Madison Reyes of Westlaco, Haley Hogg of Harlingen High, Kaylee Beltran of Edcal Chelsea, Camille Perez of Westlaco,
There she is.
Allison Alanis of Harlingen South, and Camila Owens Bell of Harlingen. Another Faith Franklin record in 2022, 24:38 in the 200-meter dash.
Ugh, 24:38. Whew, that's very fast.
That is very fast. More than a second and a half of what they got to deal with today. So the runners have been called out already and getting ready to get started here.
You notice, Joe, in the last race, we had the young lady from Progreso in lane 7 stand up. You know, they kind of have that option whether to crouch down, just like they're all doing right now, or they can have that stance where they stand up. You know, they have that option.
Yeah, blocks or no blocks?
Mhm.
That is the question.
There you go. That's the other one.
So here we go. They are called to the blocks and they are set. And it's a good clean start in the girls' 200-meter dash. And the young lady from Edcal Elsa came out fast. Kaylee Beltran. She came out of those blocks and immediately was out in front. And it's going to be the 2 ladies from Westlaco trying to make a chase there. That is going to be Camille Perez in lane 5. But this young lady from Edcal Elsa, Mike, she came out of those blocks and she overtook this race from start to finish. Kaylee Beltran.
You made that comment earlier when they sign off the gun that in your mind it's 2 seconds after they kind of announced the runner set, and that's a perfect example of it right there. I think she felt the anticipation of the gun sounding, and she knew exactly when to take off, and she timed it perfectly, and she did not look back.
Not at all. But Kaylee Beltran finishing strong. You know, we talked about that 4x200-meter relay team of Edcal Chelsea and just how strong they ran against this competition here today. And Edcal Elsa, she was the second leg of that group.
And, Josh Davis had a lot of respect for Edcal Chelsea. He felt like they're going to be one of the favorites in district. And as a matter of fact, I have some notes here from the Earl Scott relays in Donna, and they won that meet, earlier in the season. And they went up against like PSGA North, Westlaco East, La Jolla, Brownsville St. Joseph was there, Brownsville Pace. They went up against some pretty good competition there. And so he had a lot of respect for that Edcal Chelsea program.
Well, now we go to the 200-meter boys division. Lane 1, Edcal Chelsea, Aiden Garcia, Michael Fuentes of Westlaco in lane 2, Raul Martinez of Progreso in lane 3, Francisco Olvera of Donna North in lane 4, Dominic Valderas of Donna in lane 5, Francisco Salinas of Mercedes in lane 6, Orlando Barbosa of Progreso in lane 7, and Austin Schroyer of Harlingen South in lane 8. And they are off. Here we go. Michael Fuentes in lane 2 for Westlaco and looking strong, Mike. Coming out of the turn, he is out in front, but Schroyer in lane 8 making it a race. Schroyer and Fuentes, we'll see who finishes this one. And Fuentes may have snuck in front of him to finish first. So good job by Michael Fuentes finishing this race strong. And he's one of those that just came off the basketball court.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to make that comment that he was one of the runners that came in with a no time. I wonder if this is his first race of the year in this event, fresh off the basketball team. And that by-district round against Los Fresnos, he really put on a show. What was it, 4 3-pointers in that first half. And he'll be back next year as well. I'm excited for that boys basketball team. They'll be one of the favorites again next year. But a great race there by Fuentes.
Heat number 2, Daniel Padilla of Westlaco East in lane 1. Jackson Millen of Harlingen South in lane 2. Servando Garcia of Edcal Chelsea in lane 3. Hassan Woolery of Harlingen in lane 4. Joel Duran of Donna in lane 5. Mario Medrano of Donna in lane 6. Gavin Melendez of Westlaco East in lane 7. Luis Obispo of Donna North in lane 8. Speaking of quarterbacks, Hassan Woolery of Harlingen another guy that we're just calling out his name for the first time
For the
today.
first time, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the quarterback for the
For-
Harlingen Cardinals. He'll be a junior next year. I think he's a sophomore right now, and he'll be a good one to watch for next several years. And he's only going to get bigger and stronger. I would say he already stands at about 6'2", 6'3". But yeah, he's a great athlete, very mobile, very fast, and he's going to display his talent here.
Daniel Padilla, we've seen him a couple of times already here this afternoon. Westico East
Mr.
young
Starter,
man.
we are not ready.
Gavin
upstairs.
Melendez of Westico East as well.
We are ready. Run them.
I think they're getting ready now, Joe.
Okay, there you go. Now they are ready. We just heard the PA announcer say they're not ready. So here we go. Heat number 2 just about to get underway. Padilla, Millen, Garcia, Woolery, Duran, Medrano, Melendez, and Obispo all set to run this second of 3 heats. They are set and a good, clean start. In lane 2, it is a young man from Harlingen South, Millen Jackson, or Jackson Millen, looking pretty strong. But here comes Woolery, Mike. Woolery looking to take advantage of his speed in this one as he gets up to first place. But in lane 7, Gavin Melendez of Westlaco East, Mike. And in lane 1, Daniel Padilla of Westlaco East. So Woolery, Padilla, and Melendez, 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know in what order.
Wow. Yeah, it was anybody's race on this one. They were up to 2-3 guys, as you mentioned, all neck and neck all the way toward the end. Good, healthy race. Melendez, Woolery, and Millen, I think was the other name you mentioned.
Yes. And now we go to the third and final heat. It's going to be William Holloman in lane 1 from Arlington South. Jay Herrera of Westico East in lane 2. Saul Ramirez in lane 3 of Westico. Anthony Martinez of Westico in lane 4. Zayden Garza of Harlingen, lane 5. Robert Sanchez of Mercedes in lane 6. Prince Johnson of Donna North in lane 7. And Ty Palmer of Harlingen in lane 8. The record in the 200-meter dash, Alex Trevino, 2008.
There we go.
Well, I want to say he graduated in 2010.
Yeah. So he was probably a sophomore when.
Yeah, because I don't even know when my son graduated, to be honest with you. So, who knows? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Hopefully they're not watching.
Hopefully they're not watching.
But yeah, 21:40.
Wow.
And yeah, that guy was just something else. But Anthony Martinez, 22:73. Zayden Garza, 22:78. Saul Ramirez, 22:85. Robert Sanchez, 22:97. Jay Herrera, 22:99. This is set to be a good one, Mike.
This is, gosh, I mean, there could be 4 or 5 guys that couldn't win this race.
Exactly.
And, this was one of the events that Gasa Cabrera told me to keep an eye on, and Coach Owens as well. They felt like this event was going to be one for the fans to enjoy. You know, it's very, very competitive. It's very close to the preliminary times are neck and neck.
Okay, I'm already upset, Mike, because Prince Johnson is not there.
Oh. Yeah, that's
I'm looking
that's
at
a big name there.
I'm looking at lane 7 and it's empty.
Yeah.
Because, we talk about those guys, but then you throw a guy by the name of Prince Johnson in that mix, and you know that competition's going to make this guy just shine. And he was just one of those phenomenal athletes, and he broke a lot of big runs. People just couldn't catch him.
And you mentioned Jay Herrera. Coach Owens tells me that this is actually the first time in a couple of years that he's running in this event. He's participated in some other ones, but this will be the first time this year. So he's like, I'm excited to see how Jay does in a 200. And we saw him win the 100 earlier.
Yeah,
right?
he won the 100 earlier.
Yeah, he won the 100 earlier. But he's like, he was undefeated this year. But he's like, let's see how Jay looks in the 200 meter.
And again, as you mentioned, Mike, this is going to be anybody's race. You got speed all across the board here, and a good, clean start. And look at Saul. Raul Ramirez is already out in front, Mike. But look at Jay Herrera on the inside taking off. He is taking over, Mike. Jay Herrera in lane 2, looking good. Saul Ramirez picking it up. But the young man from Harlingen is really looking good. Zayden Garza, but Ramirez just turned on another level. Did you see Ramirez? Ramirez just turned it up another level.
Unbelievable. What a race that was. Woo. Yeah, Saul, I beg your pardon, just turned up the jets, especially that last 50 meters or so. And look, that's what you like to see there. Look at all those come together. Everybody knew this was the race to watch, and that's what you like to see after the race. You all come together. Anybody could have won it.
Yeah.
But you know what, Joe? Coach Cabrera told me that Saul is actually kind of getting into a groove a little bit. He missed half of the season because he was recovering from an injury that he sustained at the last playoff game during the football season against Cibolo Steel. And so he's really coming to his own. And he wasn't sure if Saul was even gonna be able to run this race today, but he did. And man. What a run, what a race. And, yeah, I think they all deserve a medal, honestly.
Yeah. Jay looked really good as soon as he came out of that curve. It looked like he was going to begin to put something on. But Saul had Martinez, he had Garza, he had Herrera, all in that mix there, and he just decided to take over.
I actually thought that Garza had a great chance to win it. I mean, the last maybe 30, 40 meters, it looked like he was going to be the one to take the gold. But, yeah, just credit to all the runners. Credit to Saul for a great race and a healthy one.
That was a very good race. And now we go to the 1,600-meter run. Do you have any more finals to do?
We just got the results of the girls' 200-meter dash. In fourth place was Madison Reyes out of Huastlaco. Third place was Ariana Sustaita out of Huastlaco East. Second place was Camille Perez out of Huastlaco. And your first place winner with a time of 26:86 is Kaylee Beltran out of Ed Couch, Elsa. So congratulations. Congratulations to her. And after 16 events, Joe, we haven't read any team results yet, but after 16 events on the women's side, you got Harlingen High School with 143 points. And not too far behind is Harlingen South with 134. And in third place is Huastlaco with 111.
Wow.
So right now, Harlingen has the edge, but still a lot to go. We still have the relays to go, the 1,600-meter run.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 1,600-meter run is next. And it's going to be the girls first. They haven't started to call them out there, but let's go ahead and give you the rundown. Are we going to have 3 heats in the mile run?
Well, that's what it's showing. That's a lot of laps.
Yeah, that is a lot of laps. But let's go ahead and give you the rundown, though. In heat number 1, Olivia Martinez, Dana Rodriguez, Giselle Ramirez, Gabriela Ramirez, and Sharon Antonio. In heat number 2, Allison Rodriguez, Fernanda Alvarez, Emily Ramos, Gloria Gonzalez, Addison Valdez, Julisha Garcia, and Julissa Chavez. And heat number 3, Sofia Galan, Elena Sanchez, Andrea Quintero, Emily Ortiz, Genesis Aguilar, Crya Crow, and Norma Garcia. I think what they're going to do, Mike, is they're going to set them up in 3 sections. Because I don't think they're going to make
3 separate races.
3 separate races, because this is only 21 runners, or less than 21 runners. Yeah, there we go. They're going to divide them up. Yeah, it's going to be one race, Mike. So we just went over all of the runners. And the best qualifying time coming into the race is Sofia Galan of Harlingen South, 5:22. Elena Sanchez of Huastlaco, 5:28. And Andrea Quintero of Huastlaco East, 5:32. The 1,600-meter run record is held by Krista Martinez of Edcal Chelsea back in 2015, 5:07.
So 4 laps is what's going to be.
Yes, there's going to be 4 laps, Mike, of hard running.
Yeah, I mean, this morning they ran a 3,200 meter, and that's 8 laps. We were talking about math majors. You and I are not math majors, but we think we got the simple stuff down, though.
I was right. He did graduate in 2009, Alex Trevino, 1 year older than my son, like I was telling you. Eloy De Leon just texted us that.
Okay. He's Coach De Leon, is he? I think he's a coach, or no?
Eloy De Leon, I don't believe he's a coach. Dylan De Leon.
No, I'm thinking
his son
his
used
dad.
to coach.
His dad
yeah.
is Eloy. Yeah, there
Yeah,
we go.
Eloy went to high school
Got
with
him
me.
confused.
Yeah.
Father, son.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Dylan.
Yeah, you won't. If you see them, you won't confuse them.
No.
Dad's an old man like me.
Anyway, he's good at barbecue, though.
Yeah, he's good at barbecue.
Yeah. I mean, he did well in the, what is it called in Mercedes?
The smoking on the reel.
Smoking on the reel, yeah. Congratulations to him. And yeah, thank you for sharing that info. We were in the.
Yeah, I remember.
We knew it was around there.
Yeah, I remember it was around there because, like I said, my son went to school with all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and I remember his quarterback was Albert Chavez.
Albert Chavez,
oh
yeah.
my God, outstanding athlete.
Yeah, so I got to see all those athletes up close and got to know them pretty
Right.
well, just because of like I said, they were all in that same little bunch with my son, and so we were always kind of in the same buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah, and their head coach was Gilbert Leal.
Gilbert Leal.
We'll give him a little plug there. He's now at Brownsville as the
The athletic director, correct.
Taking over the legendary Joe Rodriguez.
Rodriguez,
Joe Rod,
yeah, big name there.
Big name. I mean, he did a lot for Valley Sports and is also in the Rio Grande Valley Sports Hall of Fame.
That's right.
And I got to know him on a personal level when I worked
with
in
Valley
Brownsville.
Morning.
With Valley Morning and at Brownsville Herald.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he did so much for Valley Sports. He helped bring the soccer tournament, the soccer regional tournament down here to the Valley.
Yeah.
He was one of the guys that brought it in, Yeah, and legendary name right there. And passed away some years ago. May he rest in peace. And I'm sure he's looking from above at all the Valley athletes and Brownsville athletes.
Not sure what the holdup is, but they're taking the athletes down into the shade and saying, hold on a second, guys. We've got something to work out here. We got some kinks that need to be worked out. And so they've got them over there off to the side. And we'll see what's going on. But
I wonder if it has anything to do with the technology part of it.
It might be, because you got to make sure that you've got all the timers. And again, you've got 20 athletes out there. So you got to make sure that you have enough timers and finishers, to make sure that they're all in place.
So you need more stopwatches then, don't you?
Yeah.
Maybe they need a few more coaches out there to give them a stopwatch and keep an eye on that athlete.
Well, right. And the thing is, like, sometimes you end up where somebody may have gone to the concession stand.
Ordering some nachos or something.
Exactly. Or they may have cheese on their hands. Like, wait, let me wash my hands. Who knows? It could be a variety of things, as you mentioned, Mike. Sometimes, technology is so great, but when it's not working, you got to reset and reboot sometimes, and you got to wait for that to happen. And who knows? But again, we'll just sit that. And
I am holding the results of the field events.
There you go. Let's do that.
Yeah, I was gonna read it out during the race. I'll just read a few here until we can get going again. So these are the results of the field events that took place this morning. We'll start with the girls discus throw. I'll just read a couple as you see them line up again. In fourth place was Erin Rodriguez out of Harlingen. In third place was Sofia Gonzalez out of Harlingen South. Second place was Arlene Tobias out of Harlingen South. And your first place winner with a throw of a 1:19.02 is Lauren De La Garza out of Donna High School. We move on to the boys discus throw. Fourth place was Cash Harrell out of Harlingen South. Third place is David Hinojosa out of Edcal Chelsea. Second place was Jacob Hinojosa out of Weslaco. And your first place winner with a throw of a 1:62.03 is Matthew Perez out of Mercedes. We move on to the girls high jump. In fourth place was Daniele Gonzalez out of Harlingen South. In third place is Melody Soto out of Edcouch Elsa. Second place is Jaylyn Garcia out of Weslaco. And your first place winner with a jump of 5'6" is Isabella Parker out of Mercedes, a phenomenal athlete, not only in the running events, but in the fielding events. We move on to the boys high jump. In fourth place was John Whalen out of Edcouch Elsa. Third place was Jay-Z Moore out of Harlingen. Second place, Seth Moya out of Weslaco. First place with a jump of 6 feet, 4, Luke Dames out of Harlingen. We move on to the girls' long jump. Fourth place is Julianne Castillo out of Harlingen South. Third place was Drea Arredondo out of Weslaco. Second place was Kennedy Reiniger out of Harlingen South. And your first place winner with a jump of 16:06, Amanda Mares out of Harlingen High School. Move on to the boys' long jump. Fourth place, Seth Moya out of Weslaco. Boy, he's had a big day today. Third place is Nathaniel J. Herrera out of Weslaco East, another athlete that's done very well. Second place was Damian Rios out of Donna North. And your first place winner with a jump of 21:06 is Ty Palmer out of Harlingen. And I think I'll stop for now, Joe, because it looks like we're going to get ready to start the 1,600-meter run.
Yeah, they were discussing to make sure they had the right numbers on the right athletes. That was the mix-up right there.
Kind of like taking roll, maybe?
Taking roll, exactly. So that's what they were doing. They had them all lined up against the fence, and they were literally taking roll.
Literally taking roll. Raise your hand when I call your name. Okay, here we go.
All right, and now underway, and it's a good, clean start in the girls' 1,600-meter run. It is 4 times around the track. And as you mentioned, Mike, a lot of these runners have already done 8 times around the track earlier today. And just a little while ago, some of them had to do 2 more laps around the track.
Wow.
You know, the 800-meter run.
Wow. How many miles is that, you think?
That's 3.5.
Oh, wow. When was the last time you ran 4 laps around the track?
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. Every now and again, I'll go out and I'll run 3 miles just to do a 5K.
Oh, wow.
You know,
okay.
just
because I know you ride your bike.
I do a lot of bike riding, but I don't do a lot of running. And like I said, every now and again, I'll go out and I'll do like a little 3-mile run. But these girls could probably run 10 miles by the time I finish 3
miles is still a lot. You make it sound like it's nothing. I mean, I run around my neighborhood and I'm huffing and puffing, especially in the summertime when it's still 100 degrees.
Yeah, and these girls are running 3.5 miles, and they're doing it at a very high pace.
Yeah, it does get very competitive as well.
Andrea Quintero, Mike, you talked about her earlier, and she is out in front. Elena Sanchez is in second. And it's going to be Genesis Aguilar of Harlingen in third right now as they come around lap number 1.
And you saw the official there, like with his fingers. I mean, you were able to see it from your lower left-hand side of the screen, you know, sticking his fingers out like for 3, meaning 3 more laps to go.
Right.
And this is the kind of race where a lot of the athletes, they get involved. A lot of the coaches, they'll kind of set up in a corner or somewhere in the field and encourage the runners because, you know, there's a lot to it.
They also encourage some of the teammates to do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you'll see some of the teammates spread around, and especially some of them that are done for the day, they'll be running back and forth.
That's kind of their job now, isn't
exactly,
it? They're kind of like the get-back coach for football.
Right, right, exactly.
But, yeah, right now it's, 3:25 in the afternoon, so we're in the hottest part of the day. So I would say it's close to 90 degrees by now. Showing 85. Clear skies, 85 degrees. So we went from about 48 degrees, at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to 85 right now at 3:25 p.m. And you know the cool thing, Joe, is that the out-of-towners like the Donna Nords, the Donna Highs, the Harlingen Souths, I bet they look at the scoreboard as well, and they're like, look at me run.
Yeah.
You know, our athletes, I think, are a little more used to it, but you got the out-of-towners that are like, man, look at me.
And it's funny you say that, Mike, because, you know, smartwatches have gotten so good, and, like, at least in my watch, the Garmin, it'll tell me if I'm acclimating to the weather well.
Yeah. I wonder if the coaches, if they tell the athletes not to look at the scoreboard or vice versa. I wonder if part of this, you know, sometimes it can become a distraction. What do you think?
You know, here it depends, you know, like, especially like when you're on the home stretch, you know, I would use it as an advantage because you know where everybody is behind you.
Right.
You know, where, because you don't want to turn around. You don't want to turn around at all.
Absolutely.
Because that takes away from your stride. Chances are you could possibly even trip over.
Yeah, very, very good point. And, you see like there's still cones out there. So there's little objects out there that, you don't want something like that to mess you up a little bit.
Elena Sanchez, Andrea Quintero, 1 and 2, Westlaco High, Westlaco East. And then it's Emily Ortiz of Donna North in third place as we are finishing lap number 3. One more.
Here you go, one more. Number 1.
Here's the bell.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, sometimes it's a bell. Sometimes it's a little gunshot. Too.
Yeah, I was going to say, here comes the bell. And here we go. Elena Sanchez is in first, followed by Quintero, the young lady from Westlaco East. And they've got a good lead. So if these two girls can keep this pace, it's going to be a finish between Westlaco High and Westlaco East, Mike.
Yeah, neck and neck right there. And speaking of Westlaco High and Westlaco East, this coming football season, in case
Tinaco
fans
Bowl
don't know, it's coming back. Tinaco Bowl number 9. After not playing the game for a couple of years, we're going to have it in August. I believe it's the first game of the season.
First game of the season, exactly, because they're no longer in the same district.
Correct. They're no longer in the same district. But, yeah, I know the coaches, they'll release the schedule officially pretty soon, actually. Normally it's around April when they release it. But, as of right now, as it stands, they're scheduled to play each other.
Sanchez Quintero. Quintero Sanchez. Here they come. It's Sanchez and Quintero. Quintero looking strong. Sanchez trying to hold on. Is it going to be Sanchez? Is it going to be Quintero? It is Sanchez, Quintero. It is Sanchez first and Quintero second. What a finish. Westlaco High, Westlaco East.
Wow. Great race. Great race by those two talented athletes. And we see the others coming in. Yeah, get that water break. Make sure you stay hydrated. But yeah, what a race. What a race. And it's good to see a nice, healthy competition. Westlaco High and Westlaco East. And this is what you want to see, Joe. And take that momentum into district.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly correct, Mike, because you just want to keep on that slow improvement as you get towards district, just continue to improve yourself because you want to make sure you're peaking at the right time.
And now's the time. Now and then maybe the last, the meet of champions coming up at the end of the month. And then you want to set yourself up for that district area regional run.
Now we turn our attention to the boys division. It's going to be Trey Rodriguez, Christian Cantu, Miguel Chuca, Ruben Vasquez, Michael Calvillo. It'll be Harlingen South, Andres Leal, Jose Santiago of Dana North, Jose Garcia of Harlingen, Leonel Corpus of Dana North, Oswaldo Ramon of Progreso, Samuel Garcia of Westlaco, Jeremiah Trejo of Dana, Nathan Villarreal of Progreso, Oscar Bravo of Dana North, Desmond Amaya of Harlingen South, Noah Perez of Westlaco, Alvaro Anguiñaga Jr. of Edcouch Elsa, Frank Gutierrez of Harlingen, Juan Manuel Anguiñaga Jr. of Edcouch Elsa, Alexander Nava of Westlaco East, Aaron Nava of Westlaco East, Adolfo Adame of of Dana, Diego Sanchez of Westlaco East, Romain Anzaldúa of Dana, and Martín Villarreal of Progreso. So that looks like 25 athletes going to be running the 1,600-meter run for the boys.
And do you think they'll put them all together? Yep, that's what it looks like right now. Answered my question. We'll put them all together in one race.
Yeah, we were talking about the Navas. You got them both running here, Mike, Alexander and Aaron, both running this one with the second and third best times of the season so far, right behind a guy by the name of Juan Manuel Aguiñaga Jr. of Edcouch Elsa. The 1,600-meter run, the record is Dominic Cavazos of Mercedes, set in 2017, 4:24. So Aguiñaga right on that pace.
All right.
So we could see another record fall today.
All right, let's do it.
And he's right there on top, right next to both Nava boys. Right here on the screen.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Alex Nava, you know, that's not bad either. 427.11.
Right.
That's pretty good.
That is very good, and you know he can just open it up at any given moment. And again, you know, we've been talking about improvement. This could be the day that he decides to improve it 3 seconds.
Absolutely. Do it right here at home.
So here we go. They got all the runners on the track. And they've got some people with different numbers than what we've been issued, Mike. Because right here in front, we've got a number 8, and I don't have a number 8 on my records.
It looks like it says Donna, though.
It says Donna North. I saw
Donna
that,
North,
yeah.
okay.
But I don't have a number 8 as far as my athletes are on here. So nonetheless, it is a good, clean start for the boys' 1,600-meter run.
And while we have a few minutes, Joe, I'll read out the remaining results of the field events. The girls' pole vault.
And good start.
In 4th place was Jasmine Martinez out of Edcouch Elsa. 3rd place was Debani Gomez out of Westlaco. 2nd place is Jillian Peña out of Edcouch Elsa. And your 1st place winner with a jump of 9 even is Haley Hogg, I believe, Joe.
Hogg,
is what it's
yeah,
Hogg,
I think
out
so.
of Harlingen High School. Congratulations to her. And we'll move on to the boys' pole vault. 4th place was Josiah Galvan out of Harlingen. 3rd place is Seth Moya, Joe, out of Westlaco.
Yeah.
He's everywhere.
Yep.
2nd place is Noah Silvestro out of Harlingen. And your 1st place winner with a jump or clearance of 13 feet even is Camilo Montoya out of Harlingen South.
We talked about Seth Moya earlier about being the high point garnerer or taker of a couple of track meets ago, and this goes to show, you know, he's everywhere. Like
He
you
is
said, he's on
everywhere.
the track running, and he's in the field events as well.
Yeah, it's fair to say he'll be tired tonight, or he'll get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, that's
at
for
the
sure.
very least.
That's for sure. He'll sleep well.
All right, let's move on to the girls' shot put. 4th place was Jasmine Munoz out of Donna North. 3rd place was Sarai Alonso out of Westlaco. 2nd place was Sofia Gonzalez out of Harlingen South. And your 1st place winner with a throw of a 36.02 was Lauren De La Garza out of Donna. Now let's move on to the boys' shot put. 4th place was Anthony Lerma out of Harlingen South. 3rd place, Jacob Hinojosa out of Westlaco. 2nd place is Cash Harrell out of Harlingen South. I remember that last name, Harrell.
Yeah.
Don't recall. I think it was Chad. I think his name was Chad. Also a phenomenal athlete from
Right.
Harlingen South that was good at the shot put and discus. 1st place was Matthew Perez out of Mercedes with a throw of a 53.02. Let's move on to the girls' triple jump. 4th place was Victoria Garza out of Harlingen South. 3rd place was Julianne Castillo out of Harlingen South. 2nd place, Kennedy Reiniger out of Harlingen South. 1st place with a jump of a 34.04.50 is Ariana Garcia out of Harlingen. And last but not least, the boys triple jump. 4th place was Damian Rios out of Donna North. 3rd place is Ty Palmer out of Harlingen. 2nd place was Yariel Cabrera out of Harlingen South. And your 1st place winner with a jump of a 41.06.50 is Joshua Zuniga out of Donna. Congratulations.
As we get to the ending of the 3rd lap here in the mile, it has been Manuel Ariana Jr., Juan Manuel that is, in 1st, followed by Adolfo Adame of Donna. They have been neck and neck as we get set for the final lap. And as soon as that gun went off, Juan Manuel decided to take a couple of steps forward and is now all alone in front with about a 4-stride lead and beginning to extend that at the 300-meter mark. It's going to be Juan Manuel Anguinaga Jr. of Edcouch Elsa, barring any catastrophe, and looks like he's going to take the 1,600-meter run. And again, it is Adolfo Adame in 2nd. He has been at in second place from the get-go as they are at the 150-meter mark to go. The Navas are right behind them from Westlaco East. But it is Aguinaga Jr. and coach telling him, come on, baby, here's the home stretch. Let's take it home. And he is going to do just that. It's going to be Juan Manuel Aguinaga Jr. of Ed Couch Elsa. And now the record comes into play, 4:24, and he's not going to break it.
Not going to break it, but still a very good race. Finished with a healthy 4:27 and change, it looked like. But yeah, great job there by the young man. You see the Navas coming in.
Alexander Nava may have gotten third. Looked like he overcame the young man from Donna to get third.
So
but it might. It looked close. Again, we are not at a good angle, but he did finish strong there.
Yeah, so
brought it on
job.
strong. Yeah.
Yeah, very good job. See the rest of them coming in.
So good competition there in the 1,600-meter run. That is 4 laps around the track. And we got the 4x400 meter next, boys and girls. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that looks pretty tight as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it always does. You know, we get all these athletes out there, and they just run it really hard. And we got some girls, a couple of girls teams that are really close so far in what they have brought into tonight's competition. And the same thing goes with the boys. But again, it's going to be a good one. In lane 1, it'll be Progreso. In lane 2, Westlaco East. In lane 3, at Cauchelsa. Lane 4, Westlaco. Lane 5, Harlingen. Lane 6, Harlingen South. Lane 7, Donna North. In lane 8, it will be Donna. Progreso, Dana Garcia, Maria Blanco, Isabella Garcia, and Areli Zapata. Lane 2, Westlaco East, Sarai Gonzalez, Ariana Sustaita, Angel Juane, and Maddie Castillo. Lane 3, Ed Cauchelsa, Tamara Leal, Caitlin Tradum, Jocelyn Cortez, and Jillian Peña. Lane 4, Westlaco, Leah Romero, Yazeni Arajo, Madison Reyes, and Jenna Peña. Lane 5, Harlingen, Miranda Aguilar, Anissa Joseph, Camilla Owens-Bell, and Carolyn Hernandez. Lane 6, Harlingen South, Kayla Garza, Grayson Ruiz, Julianne Castillo, Sofia Galan. Lane 7, Donna North, Cynthia Maldonado, Bessely Gonzalez, Leila Yanez, and Brittany Cruz. Lane 8, Donna, Jalen Garza, Lucy Lawson, Analia Esquivel, and Jocelyn Villarreal. Those are going to be the athletes running for each squad in the girls 4x400 meter relay.
And while we wait, I'll read out the results of the boys 200-meter dash. In 4th place was Anthony Martinez out of Westlaco. 3rd place was Ty Palmer out of Harlingen. 2nd place was Zayden Garza out of Harlingen. And your 1st place winner with a time of 22:63 was Saul Ramirez out of Westlaco. Joe, that was the race we saw, probably the best race we've seen this afternoon.
Yeah, that one was tight.
That was tight. So you had Saul with 22:63, and then Garza finished with 22:77, and then Palmer 23:05, and then Anthony Martinez with 23:11. But even in 5th place, that was Jay Herrera, 23:27. I mean, even look at that, Joe. Even 6th place, 23:65. So this was just a competitive race. I mean, from top to bottom.
1 second differentiated just about every finisher.
Absolutely. Team results-wise, you have Harlingen in 1st place with 154 points, followed by Harlingen South with 117.50. 3rd place is Westlaco with 109. Westlaco East in 4th with 76.50. We move on to the girls' 1,600-meter relay. In 4th place was Norma Garcia out of Ed Cauchelsa. 3rd place is Emily Ortiz out of Donna North. 2nd place was Andrea Quintero out of Westlaco East. And your 1st place winner with a time of 5:25.16 was Elena Sanchez out of Westlaco High. So Quintero, Joe, that was the race we saw a few minutes ago. Oh boy, that was a great finish as well. She finished with a 5:25.68. So it was very, very tight, very competitive.
Yeah, she was coming on strong there at the end, trying to put on a kick, and Sanchez just really finished stayed strong, better yet, you know, and just kept that lead.
Yeah. And then team-wise, oh my gosh, this is very, very tight as well. So right now in 1st place is Harlingen with 144 points. Right behind him is Harlingen South with 134. So it's still up in the air. And then Westlaco is not far behind with 121 points. And then in fourth place is Eckhart Chelsea with 83. So basically it's Harlingen, Harlingen South, and then, outside chances Wesco High.
Yeah, good job. It's been a good one. It has been a good one. And so here we go with the girls 4x400 meter relay. Each contestant or participant is going to run a full lap around the track. Again, it's going to be Progreso in lane 1, Westico East in lane 2, Edcount Chelsea in lane 3, Westico in lane 4, Harlingen in lane 5, Harlingen South lane 6, Donna North lane 7, and Donna in lane 8. Westlaco East is in lane 2. Sarai Gonzalez, looks like they may have moved some people around because that looks like 1A as the first leg.
And you know what, Joe? That's one of the things that Coach Davis told me was that for this meet, he was going to try some new things with the relay team because he just kind of wants to see what he has after this meet. He's kind of like we've kind of moved people around. He's like, and we're going to do the same thing in this meet. Because he wants to get the best girls for the best races in the right places. And, for him, this was still kind of the experiment part of the season, he thinks. He says, we've tried different things. He goes, I haven't quite found the right formula yet. He goes, but I hope to have some more answers after this race. He says, we're going to mix it up.
You
That's
got
what
to.
he's doing. Yeah, you've got to. He's kind of like, Dr. Rivera phrase, a piece of the puzzle.
Right.
Everything's a puzzle. So that's kind of what that's the approach he's taking here.
Absolutely. Runners called to the blocks. And it's a good, clean start in the girls' 4x400 meter relay. The record in the 4x400 meter relay belongs to Sheridan High School back in 1998, Mike.
Yeah.
4:03.
So once upon a time, Sheridan was also coming to the Jimmy Platt event. More, nowadays or the last decade has been more Mid-Valley and then the Harlingens. But, Sheridan used to come over here as well once upon a time.
It looks like Harlingen is out in front, Miranda Aguilar. But Westlaco making a good run here. Leah Romero doing a good job standing and staying and keeping up with Harlingen and keeping Westlaco in the hunt here as we finish leg number 1. And leg number 2 for Harlingen will be Anissa Joseph. We've seen her run the hurdles really well. For Westlaco, it's going to be Yanesi Arajo. She's also one of our hurdlers.
We see Harlingen South.
That is not Nisa. That is another lady.
Yeah, Harlingen South took over second place momentarily, but then now we see, I think they're, they made some, you see Wesco High now making a move.
Yeah, this, again, they're moving athletes around because the person running second leg wasn't the same one as we thought it was, but nonetheless, Arajo here for Westlaco High.
And that's that young freshman.
Right, I was going to say, and Joseph was supposed to be the second leg for Harlingen, but they've obviously moved her around. But those two ladies that I just mentioned, Arajo and Joseph, are two good-looking hurdlers.
Right. And now she's here competing in the relay. Let's see if she can help out the Lady Panthers. She's making a move, Joe, right here.
Right, and she ran the 300. And so, that's an endurance little race. Not only you're running almost a full lap, but you're jumping her.
Yeah, look at her, Joe. She's closing the gap.
She has closed the gap. So Harlingen and Westlaco 1 and 2, South in 3rd. And it's a tight one here, just a couple of steps away. And for Harlingen, I want to say this is Owens Bell, because she's run a few races as well.
But there goes Reyes.
Yeah, Reyes is making a move, and she's got a good long stride. She's got a nice looking stride. I like the way her knees move.
Yeah, but look at Bell, though, she's trying to get around her. She's not letting her.
Yeah, this is the hard part, is getting around.
So do you go to the left side or the right side?
You have to go on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to go on the outside.
Oh, that's why they have those cones there.
That's why the cones there, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But a good job by Bell beginning to make a move of her own. And she's beginning to open up a gap here. Reyes beginning to lose a little bit of what she had on them.
And here
But
comes
here
Harlingen
comes
South.
South.
Yep.
Exactly, Mike. You saw exactly what I saw. This is Julianne Castillo of South doing a really good job. Here comes Jenna Peña, I believe, is next. And it's going to be Harlingen, Weslaco, and then South. Weslaco in second, Harlingen in first.
He's trying to
Harlingen
make a
South
move.
in third, yes. So Harlingen, Weslaco, Harlingen South. 1, 2, and 3, and we are on the third leg, making the 200-meter mark right there. Weslaco beginning to make a move, Mike.
Yeah, here we go.
She's cut that lead in half.
Yeah, here we go. It's going to the last 100 meters, and she's not far behind.
No,
See
she's
what happens.
not. See if she's got something in the tank. Harlingen beginning to make a move. So the Harlingen runner had something in the tank left.
Oh, yeah. She's using it at the perfect time, separating the competition there. Will
Yep.
finish easily
Yep,
as the
first
winner.
place, Harlingen, then Weslaco, then
Weslaco.
Harlingen South. So good job there by those three teams right there. And, you know, we were talking about points, and that just gives Harlingen, for the most part, the victory.
Yeah, I mean, they were in control. I mean, they did have the edge. But, yeah, this will help them out a lot because, you know, Harlingen's finishing in first and then Harlingen South finishing third. So there you go. You know, points-wise, that's going to help Harlingen out a lot.
Yeah, because I don't think they'll be able to catch them. We've only got one event after this. It's
Okay.
going to be the 4x800-meter relay.
So there's not enough points.
Yeah, there's not enough space for them to lose that. That's why I said, you know, the Harlingen South was in second, and they would have had to have maybe beat Harlingen this one.
Right.
In order to at least make a move to have a chance. So,
Yeah, great run. Great job by all the athletes.
Here are the results of the boys 1600-meter run.
And while we have a moment, Joe, I'll read out the boys' 1600-meter run. Fourth place was Aaron Nava out of Weslaco East. Third place was Roman Ansandua out of Dana. Second place was Adolfo Adame out of Dana. And your first place winner with a run of a 4:27.63 is Juan Manuel Aguianga Jr. out of Eckouch, Elsa.
yeah, he looked good there at the end, Mike. He just began to really overtake. As soon as that gun went, he just kind of jumped it into another gear. That young man from Donna that was right on his side, he just couldn't keep it up.
Yeah, team rankings, we have Harlingen in first place with 154 points. Harlingen South with 117. Third place is Weslaco with 109. So it's fair to say, Joe, that the winner for on the boys' side will be Harlingen.
It's going to give you the athletes for the 4x400-meter boys. Progreso will be lane 3, Mercedes lane 4, West Luis lane 5, Ed Couch Elsa lane 6. And the Progreso team is going to have Orlando Barbosa, Juan Alvarez, Raúl Martinez, Victor Cruz, Mercedes, Arturo Montes, Yandel Gamboa, Adam Arteaga, and Nathan Gonzalez. West Luis Devin Reina, Jotham Pineda, Thomas Cavazos, and Jose Leobardo Carrizales. Edgar Chelsea, Gabriel Guzman, Joseph Anguiñaga, Marcus Garcia, and Santiago Vidana.
Your top three finishers.
We will have two heats in the 4x400-meter relay. And Donna North, Harlingen, Weslaco, Harlingen South, and Donna will be in the second of two heats. So we'll go over that in just a second.
I do have the results of the girls' 4x400-meter relay. In fourth place was Eckouch Elsa. Third place was Harlingen South. Second place was Weslaco. And your first place winner with a time of a 4:07.41 is Harlingen High School. And point-wise, Joe, Harlingen has 164 points to Harlingen South's 146. So, yes, I think it's fair to say that Harlingen will win both the men's and women's Jimmy Platt for 2026.
Here we go. First of two heats for the 4x400-meter relay boys division. Athletes have been called to their blocks. set, and they are off. Good, clean start. It is Progreso, Mercedes, Westaco East, and Ed Couch Elsa. Progreso, Mercedes East, and Donna North. I'm sorry, Ed Couch Elsa, right? That's what I said, Ed Couch Elsa.
I kind of like that jersey with the paw for the
Mercedes.
Yeah, that's old school, Joe, isn't it?
It is very old school.
I know here in Westlaco, that was a thing also around the 80s. The paw on the helmet.
And the Mercedes still runs the paw on the helmet. And
yeah, that's right.
Mercedes is out in front. Arturo Montes doing a really good job in this open quarter, keeping Mercedes out in first place. Looks like East is in second. Second runner is going to be Yandel Gamboa. He's got the baton, and it's going to be Jotham Pineda. Pineda is one of those multi-sport athletes as well. Didn't he play football?
I believe so, yeah.
I remember him out there in the football field as well. So you know, a lot of, like you've been talking about, Mike, a lot of good multi-sport athletes.
I believe he played on the defensive side.
Defensive side, correct. Mercedes still out in front. East in second, Ed Couch second, Progreso pulling it up in the back. There are only 4 teams in this one. Mercedes, East, and Ed Couch.
Yeah, is that them trying to make a move there?
Ed Couch,
Ed
Couch starting to make a move on Pineda. And that Ed Couch runner is Joseph Anguinaga. Here comes Mercedes. Third leg for Mercedes is going to be Adam Artiaga. Artiaga out in front as he takes the baton. Good long strides from him. Ed Couch Elsa has overtaken, and they are in second. Marcos Garcia is the third leg for Ed Couch Elsa. Westlaco East, that's Thomas Cavazos.
Yeah, he's making a move now.
Yeah, East is beginning to make a move. He's right on his heels now. It was like a 5-meter gap between the two, but East is already on his heels. But Mercedes, Adam Artiaga looking really strong. Can he keep up that pace, though?
Yeah, they still got one more runner to go.
100 meters to go for Artiaga here of Mercedes. Still pushing, still out in front. Ed Couch is second. Here comes East, Mike.
Yeah,
East is looking to put on the Jets. Thomas Cavazos. Ed Couch Elsa lost the baton.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
At anchor leg for Mercedes, Nathan Gonzalez giving the baton in first place, and he's got a good 20-meter lead on Westaco East. Jose Leobardo Carrizales is the anchor leg, and he's trying to give it all that he's got. You can see him really digging deep, Mike.
Yeah, he's going.
He is. He's digging.
Cutting down. He's cutting down that gap.
He has done that, Mike. He looks really strong. But again, Mercedes had a pretty good lead. I don't know if there's going to be enough space for him, but Gonzalez hanging on strong. But Carrizales, Mike, is really trucking.
Yeah.
I'd like to see his split as well.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay, the Mercedes guy is going to be Nathan Gonzalez, and he's starting to turn it on as well. But Carrizales, Mike, looking really strong.
Wow.
Does he have enough in the tank? I don't
quite.
think so.
If only it was about 50 more meters, he would have had a great shot.
Ed Couch Elsa third. Unfortunately, they lost the baton. And Progreso bringing up the rear. Good job there by Santiago Vidana to make it close. So
yeah.
Mercedes, East, Ed Couch, then it was Progreso. That was a good race there.
Yeah, very good race. Great job by Carrizales there on that last lap, making things a little interesting. You know, he really had to catch up and did that. And then maybe the last, what would you say, Joe, the last 400, not 400, but maybe the last 300 meters, you know, he really caught up and made things a little interesting.
He did. He did. Donna North, Harlingen High, Westaco High, Harlingen South, and Donna will be the teams participating in the second of 2 heats here in the 4x400 meter relay. This record is 3:23, set in 2020, the COVID year, Mike.
Can you believe that was 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy, right?
We were still able to squeeze in Jimmy Platt, right?
Yeah,
I think that was the last thing we did.
That was one of the before everything shut down.
Before everything shut down. Unbelievable.
I know, it's crazy. And then we basically went to online only. But here we go. Donna North, Aguayo Cristian, Andres Gomez, Angel Martinez and Damian Rios. Harlingen, Rain Flores, Julian Peña, Noah Huerta, Hassan Woolery. Westlaco, Samuel Flores, Jorge Rangel, Hunter McCandless, Seth Moya. Harlingen South, Izzy Cortez, Corey Portales, Feliciano Lopez, and Darian Gonzalez. And Dano will have Dante Orduño, Joshua Zuniga, Julius Garza, and Antonio Zamorano.
So the best time is what, 3:24:39?
Yep. That is Westlaco.
Westlaco.
Yeah.
Is that Samuel Flores? What does he have on his head?
A bandana?
A bandana, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Is that legal? Can we
Yeah,
wear
you
it?
can.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
Did you have one of those when you ran in high school?
I didn't wear it. But I did have a do-rag a lot. I did wear a do-rag a lot, but I didn't wear it during track.
I think Deion Sanders is the athlete that comes to mind that made that famous.
Yeah, he did.
During football games, and now you see more of that. You see some of the athletes here and there, or one of those, whether it's high school or college or professional.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think Deion would actually wear one for every game.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was, really high profile once he made it to the collegiate level. So that's where you would see it a lot more when he was at Florida State.
Yeah, I mean, he would play a football game, or I know there was a story out there where I think he played a baseball game or something like that, and then later that day ran with the track team, or somewhere along those lines, and then in the majors he played a baseball game with the Braves, and then played with the Atlanta Falcons, where he flew a helicopter to a playoff game in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
went from Miami. They were playing the Dolphins, and then he took a private helicopter to Pittsburgh, and they were in the National League Championship Series.
Yeah,
and he participated in the NLCS against it was the Braves against the Pirates.
4x400 meter relay, second heat is underway, and we've got again Donna North, Harlingen, Westlaco, Harlingen South, and Donna. And out on top, this is going to be Harlingen South beginning to take up the stagger on Donna. And here comes Westlaco, Samuel Flores looking strong, hanging on with Harlingen South, trying to make a move there as we come to the 150 meter mark. And it is Harlingen. Harlingen looking strong as well, Izzy Cortez. And Westlaco now, Samuel Flores is out in front. But look at Cortez from Harlingen. And of course, Harlingen South, Cortez. And I'm sorry, the guy from Harlingen is Flores. Looking really strong. And it's going to be Harlingen first, Harlingen South second, Westlaco third.
I think there was a little hesitation with Harlingen South on the passing of the baton there, but there he goes. There goes that young man flying.
Harlingen South looking strong here. This is Corey Portales. He has now got Harlingen South out in front. Westlaco has Jorge Rangel, one of their speedsters as well. So Harlingen South, Harlingen, and Westlaco. Donna beginning to make a move. Donna North, coming into fourth place, but trying to get out into third place. But right now, Harlingen South, Harlingen, and Westlaco. But Westlaco looking strong. Jorge Rangel looking to make a move. Harlingen is making a move. That is Julian Peña bringing Harlingen into first. It's Harlingen, Westlaco, and South. Woolery for Harlingen has the baton. He is in first. Westlaco is in second. And for Westlaco, Hunter McCandless. This is a speedster, Mike.
Yeah, there he goes. There he goes.
Westlaco now in second.
This might be a preview, Joe, of the area meet.
Yep. We saw McCandless run strong earlier, anchoring and finishing first. Can he bring Westlaco into first and get them into the anchor position in first place? Here comes McCandless of Westlaco. Woolery of Harlingen. Woolery, a little bit bigger athlete, got longer strides, trying to come up, but Westlaco is in front. Westlaco is going to get the final leg on its way in first place. The anchor leg for Westlaco is going to be Seth. No, it's not Seth Moya.
No, it's not Seth Moya. It's another runner.
I don't know who this is, Mike.
Well, let's see if he could hold on there. But yeah, he's now the anchor.
For Westlaco. Nate Diaz is the anchor leg for Westlaco. And he's got Westlaco in front, hanging on for the last 200 meters. Can he hang on? At the 150 mark, he still got him in front. But here comes Harlingen High School. Harlingen High School has Noah Huerta. This is the hurdler, Mike.
Yep.
He is a strong runner. Nate Diaz trying to hang on. Huerta trying to overcome. Huerta has got Harlingen in front. Nate Diaz has Westlaco in second. It's Harlingen and Westlaco.
Wow.
Followed by South.
Wow, what a race, and great job by Huerta, the great running back for the Cardinals. Came on strong the last 200 meters or so. Kind of hoping that Diaz could hold on, but yeah, I mean, give credit to Harlingen. But as mentioned, Joe, we're gonna see this in the area meet. May come down to this race, perhaps, for the district championship.
But what a run. What a run. They were going to try to pick him up. He goes, not yet, buddy, not yet. I'm not ready. I'm a little gassed here. But, yeah, he should be. He's run a couple of hurdle events and then had to come and anchor this 4x400 meter relay.
Wow. He had to work hard.
That he did.
Worked very hard.
So we've come to the last event of the night. The 4x800 meter relay, which is basically a 2-mile relay.
Oh.
And each contestant or participant is going to run 2 laps.
2 laps around, right. So it's going to take a few minutes. It's going to take a little bit of time.
Westlaco, Westlaco East, Edcount, Chelsea, Harlingen, and Harlingen South for the girls division. Westlaco will have Elena Sanchez, Daniela de la Portillo, Fernanda Alvarez, I'm being told that this race has already been done, and so we are not going to have it. But that means that this race, this meet is done.
Yeah, okay.
So the Jimmy Platt Mid-Valley Classic Invitational 2026 is in the books, Mike.
Yeah, it's in the books, and what a great day it was, Joe. Had a lot of fun. You know, we saw a lot of great athletes and a fun race. I think the coaches got what they wanted. Saw what they say. They're going to make a few adjustments. And again, district is right around the corner. And I was just handed, actually, Joe, the boys 4x400 meter relay before we say goodbye. We'll just read it off real quick. In 4th place was Donna High School. 3rd place, Harlingen South High School. 2nd place, Westlaco High School. And your 1st place winner with a time of 3:25:32. Harlingen. So congratulations, and Westlaco finished with a 3:25:77. So they also finished strong. It was a great race.
That it was, but the Jimmy Platt Invitational is in the books for 2026. And again, what a great afternoon of track and field it was. Saw a lot of competition. Saw a record fall today as well. And again, as you mentioned so many times, Mike, what a great way to tune up as they get set not only for the Meet of Champs coming up in a couple of weeks, but district right around the corner.
Yeah, one more meet and then it's district. So this is it.
And your winner.
I want to thank the entire K-West crew for being out here today, doing a great job. Of course, the man at the top is Carlos Robledo, putting it all together. Mike Gonzalez, I am Joe Aguilar, saying goodbye from Bobby Lackey Stadium, where once again we have concluded the 2026 version of the Westlaco Independent School District Jimmy Platt Mid-Valley Invitational. We'll see you next time right here on K-West.